Now, that is what I call a title sequence, my friends. That is possibly the very best title sequence we've had in the 2 seasons of Shooting the Shistance that we've had. Anyway, what is up, movie fans? My name is Jonathan. I am a man of movies, and welcome to the first ever Friday night special of season 2 of Shooting the Shit, baby! I'm so excited to be here with you guys, so ready, and I can't wait to introduce to you this sexy man.
Hey, everyone!
You're gonna have to get your phone though eventually.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. It's style over education.
Hey, Joe, it's your mom. I'm having a heart attack. You'll never know.
Hey, it's is she? Oh my god!
How have you been, Joe?
Been very, very good. Been planning my return onto the YouTubes. Do some bits and bobs. So it's all exciting times, but my night starts now.
Exciting for sure. Should we be expecting you within the next couple days or next month?
No, I'd say 10 days. 10 days, because I'm doing a new intro,
Very
outro,
specific.
and about 10 working days. And
Oh,
but I've got to get those bits.
12
but
days.
Yeah, 12 days. 12 days. But I've got it all planned out. I've got a video about what I'm gonna be doing and stuff. And yeah, can't wait. Can't wait. This is my new little setup, by the way. I'm gonna be recording from now on. Just everything behind me. So yeah.
Talking about someone that can never wait. We got the Upside Dan. What's up, Dan?
Hey, nothing much. How are you?
Is it true you can't wait
Yes, can't hardly wait.
for Joe?
Oh,
Joe Mama. Got him. Got him.
I was gonna say quickly, Dan looks like he's reenacting the scene from Halloween where he's hiding in the closet from Michael Myers. You know, in the first one when he's coming through the triangle.
Yeah.
Nah, Dan's getting ready for Bad Santa 3.
Oh god.
Alrighty. So guys, you know the drill. There's a couple other people that are missing, but they will be here with us soon. We got Anthony. He'll be here later. Jace, he'll be here later. Shawn, he won't be here later. But hopefully he'll be in the comments, right? We have a very special guest for you, though. But before we introduce our special guests, I want to get some announcements out of the way, right?
Oh my.
Guys, you are watching the Cinema Squad Shooting the Shit Season 2, Episode 6 on the official Cinema Squad channel. So if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to us for exclusive content. We're talking about streams. We're talking about skits. We're talking about streams, man. And also, follow us on the IG at the.cinema.squad, where we post all of our advertisements and little interactive stories every now and then.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is the moment you have all been waiting for, the special guest. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you the best voice in the YouTube movie sphere. We got the rainbowFRIGHT, baby!
All aboard!
Thank you. Quite the intro. Thank you so much.
How have you been, DeRay?
Very good. How about y'all?
Pretty good.
Very, very good.
Good.
Pretty good.
Let me ask you, have you ever been to Denver?
Yes, a couple times actually.
Oh,
Just
okay.
moved here, actually.
It's a coincidence I asked that question.
Wow, quite a coincidence. Quite a coincidence. So excited to have you on, DeRay. DeRay, I have a question for you. Where did the voice come from?
Man, I really don't know. I just, when I started my channel, I wasn't sure how I wanted to present myself because I knew, I wasn't going to be as animated, which is great, for lots of folks, but I just knew that probably wasn't going to be my style. So I was just trying to figure out what it is I wanted to do. And then I knew I wanted to be scripted for sure as well. And, it's still actually pretty hard to memorize as much as I need to. And then, look at the script and then memorize what I can. It gets frustrating sometimes trying to shoot, but I will always, most likely use a script and sometimes go unscripted for my, dinner and a movie reviews. Anyway, I'm going on a tangent, but basically I just wanted to present information and my opinion in just like a pleasant way. And in my mind, I'm trying to also present evergreen content. And so I was just hosting in a sense. And so I just was having this idea that I'm just hosting a horror experience. And so I started, getting lots of comments about my voice. And I, when I started my channel, I was doing true crime and nails, horror narrations, and the reviews, and getting a lot of response on the narrations and then my voice in the reviews, and was like, okay, maybe I can explore the ASMR world too. But I've kind of taken a break from that, but I'm feeling like, soon here, I'm going to probably go back to that and do more narrations and stuff. So yeah, that's all.
That was
Pretty cool.
That was a great answer. Yeah, like I wish I could be a lot more subtle in the way I come off, right? Because you were like, oh, like I want to be energetic. Trust me, it's not all it's not like that to be. Like it's to be able to find your niche of sorts and gain such a substantial following from that.
Oh, thanks.
Awesome.
I want to know if you use it for like everyday things, like you get pulled over, like if you're like in a queue for the shops and you want to go to the front, like, can I go in front of you, please? No, get back to the back of the line. You're like, can I go to the front of the queue, please? Go ahead, madam. Skip, take order, take everything for free.
No, I haven't done that quite yet. Mostly just for YouTube.
I wish you did like Google Maps, like go to the left. I'll be like, okay.
That'd be fun.
It'd be fine.
Off a cliff.
I'll take that contract. You are dead, but it is okay.
Yeah. Give me the receptionist with God in heaven. Welcome. You screwed me over. What have you done?
A fellow Cinema Squad member that we also give credit to having an awesome voice is Jace. So maybe, just maybe, we'll have a little voice off. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
What are they going to do? Like, one of them say, hello. Now you'd say your turn. Hello. Okay, Jace gets this round. His hello.
Poor the Ray was like, he never told me this was happening.
Exactly. Oh my goodness. I don't know about that.
We go with the flow here. Guys, but we got some comments here I want to get through. So let's get to shooting the shiznits.
Cool beans.
I have Dan responding to Lisa, but I don't have Lisa's comment. Dan, can you see Lisa's comment?
No, but this was earlier. She just said, I'm so excited for this or something. Yeah, so I was just...
Lisa loves you, if you didn't know. We got The View with Drew. He says, hey, what's up? What is up?
Drew.
Hey, Drew.
We got Patrick. First off, I want to say this real quick before I read his comment. It is Patrick's birthday, according to Facebook.
Hey.
I want to wish Patrick a happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
Happy birthday, Patrick.
We're here for the free Slurpees. It is not 7-Eleven, my guy. Yo, I don't know if you got. Do you have 7-Elevens in the UK, Joe?
That's like the new, like a off license, I guess.
Like 613s. Is that what you have?
Yeah, we have 2/4 of an hour.
It's a gas station, Joe.
So petrol station,
or like a corner store. Some of them aren't connected.
Like an off license. We call it off license.
And they have ices that they call Slurpees. And on 7-Eleven, July 11th, at least here, it's free Slurpee Day. And I don't know if they'd still do this, but at least when I was back in high school, you could bring a tub or a cup as big as you can and fill it up with icy.
Yeah.
I literally thought you meant 7-Eleven is in like 24/7. Do you know what I mean? Like 7 hours a day, 11 days a week, free Slurpees.
Oh my God.
No.
7 days a week, 11 hours a day. Ray, have you ever done that before? Bring a big tub and get free Slurpees?
No, I've only used the cups, but I've heard stories. I would, though. I would.
Yeah, I've heard of inflatable pools. That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, wait. People took an inflatable pool to 7-Eleven? Oh, my goodness. That's ridiculous. How do you even get that home?
I don't know. Ask Dan.
Stick it on
Jeez.
skateboards.
That's Dan.
No, I've never done it. I've gotten free ones, but I've done just the cups.
Yeah, exactly. The cups.
Well, let's stop talking about Slurpees. Let's get to our first question from Drew. He says, what do you think is Christian Bale's best performance? For me, his performance in The Fighter is his best. I loved him as Batman, but in The Fighter, he perfectly played a loose cannon who had a heart. That's a great answer, Drew. I also like Christian Bale's performance in The Fighter. Did he win the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor? I believe he did for The Fighter.
Yeah, you're right.
It's a great freaking role, man. Because he's not just a loose cannon, but just the actual emotional depth of his character being like he's a drug head. And throughout the entire film, we're led to believe that this camera crew is following him and his family around because his brother, Mark Wahlberg, is having his first fight or a returning fight. And then later into the movie, you find out that they're not following his family for that. They're following him because they're making a documentary about former celebrities who have lost it all because of drugs. Oh my God, like that hurt my heart. And that performance by Bale is amazing.
I haven't seen it.
Great freaking film.
I don't think I've seen it.
Ray, do you have an answer here?
Yeah, it would be between, for me, American Psycho and The Machinist. The Machinist is a really good film he did too.
Yeah, that's a crazy good answer. The American Psycho has just been a big meme as of late, hasn't it?
Yeah, recently, yeah, for sure.
I haven't gone a day that I haven't seen the "Why not, you stupid"? What was it, you stupid bitch? I don't know what he says. Why not, you stupid bastard? And then The Machinist is another really good one. Did you guys know? I don't know if this is real. Apparently, like his actual, like the muscle, like his gluteus maximus, like fell off.
Oh man, what?
Because he lost so much weight.
Oh my.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
That's method acting.
Oh,
method
yeah.
as acting.
Oh yeah.
How
Dan, what about you?
Out?
You would know, like, because your butt cheeks aren't where they're supposed to be.
Like
You sit on the toilet and it just droops either side of the bowl. And you're like, something is terribly wrong here.
Like an implant.
He's like an ape. He doesn't have to wipe.
It's mating season in.
Dan, you got an answer here, my friend.
Yeah, American Psycho is probably mine. I think a lot of people probably know this. I don't love him as Batman. He's good. I don't even love those films as much as everyone does, but I do love them still. But it's like I don't love them as much as everyone does. But yeah, no, I'd say American Psycho for me.
Yeah, good choice, Joe.
Mine's American Psycho, man. Like, there's so many lines in that film. My favorite part of the entire film is where Jared Leto, his character's Paul, he's at his house and he starts putting on his raincoat, and Paul's like, "Is that a raincoat?" "Yes, it is, Paul." And then he's literally like just preparing for his death. But he's such a happy guy as he's preparing for his death. And I love that.
You can never listen to Huey Lewis in the news the same
That's
again.
it, you know. But apparently the book's meant to be better, so I'd be interested to read that one day.
Have you read the books, there, Ray?
Which books?
The American Psycho, the original the book.
Psycho.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Yeah, I haven't either.
I actually haven't given an answer, but I think I would say The Fighter is my favorite performance from Bale. Even though it's crazy, right? Ford v Ferrari, his role in there is a lot more subtle, but I think it's a lot more methodical than a lot of people give it credit for. So Ford v Ferrari, check it out if you haven't. That's another good Christian Bale performance there.
Or Terminator Salvation.
No, thank you. No, thank you. We got Brandon Bozarth.
Yeah, that's my
Hey,
husband.
Brandon.
Oh,
Is he your husband?
Yeah.
He's married to a watermelon.
Yeah.
Describing my life.
He says harsh times. You guys seen that?
I live it, mate. I literally live in.
That's my life.
That's my life, it is. I'm
never
sweeping
seen it.
chimneys, I am, shining shoes.
Is this a movie or a series? I have no idea.
I never
I have
seen
no
it.
idea. I'm clueless.
Looks like
Orange
a movie. I
Time.
just looked it up a second ago because I actually haven't seen that one yet.
It is a movie though.
Yeah.
Huh.
But I just posted it.
What's it look like? Is it like a horror movie?
Look it back up.
Like the
It's
Oracle
like
from Batman right now.
Yeah, action, crime, drama. 2005.
Who's in
Why?
it?
Let's see who else is in it.
Christian
We've
Bale.
got
Baby.
Eva Longoria, Freddie Rodriguez.
Eva Longoria. Wow.
You know,
Where has
Desperate
she been?
Housewives days, wouldn't it?
another
Probably.
drama about two friends in South Central Los Angeles and the violence that comes between them.
Okay.
Like
Never-
Romeo and Juliet. By the sound of things.
It kind of does sound like it, right? No, but I haven't even.
What's
That's the
that
first
story?
I even heard of it.
Yeah.
Guys, we got Lisa Loves. Hey, hey.
Hey!
Hey, Lisa.
What's up, Lisa?
What's going on?
We got Gareth, Video Tasties. Hey, guys. What's up,
BT.
Gareth?
Hey.
Yo, I don't know why, but I've been messing with Garrett's videos lately. His live streams of. I love how one of his actual panels in StreamYard is his TV, so he doesn't get copyrighted.
There you go.
That
That
was my
is-
first ever TV I ever bought as a kid for myself.
What?
That the TV he has is a Bush TV, the old school one.
Oh.
And when I was a kid, with my birthday money, I bought that TV from like one of like a Walmart, Asda for us, Walmart for you. And that was the first ever TV I ever bought. So when I saw it, I was like, huh? My house?
What's this? Pictures coming out of a screen. My God.
Oh yeah, and sorry, real quick, just to
you're
go
good.
back to Irish Times, that was one of Brandon's favorite Christian Bale movies, apparently.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't say his name first. I just figured we were on that topic for
I
some
was right,
reason.
John. I
but-
said that, didn't I?
For some reason, that just warps my idea of this movie now that I have to see. Because like your top billing was Eva Longoria. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
My bad. What's going on? What the hell is she doing?
So Christian Bale, okay, so
Yeah,
a
yeah,
lot more
yeah.
interested now.
Yeah.
In this.
It's like saying there's a Freddie Prinze Jr. movie you have to see from 2001. By the way, it stars Christopher Walken. Oh, okay. You should have led with that, maybe.
My mistake.
Freddie Prinze Jr. My goodness. Drew, which character do you think Andy Serkis is better as? Gollum from Lord of the Rings or Caesar from Planet of the Apes? For me, he's better as Caesar. Caesar has more character to him and more depth. Gollum is iconic, but he's just a side character.
He's just a side bitch. Lord of the Rings.
Joe, what do you think here?
You know what? I think I liked him in King Kong as well. I think
Was he King Kong?
yeah, he was King Kong because he was Weta, his company that did King Kong as well, because he was Peter Jackson, Lord of the Rings, and but I liked him. I like all of them because like in all three of the films he gets an emotion out of you. King Kong was crying my eyes out because he made me believe his thing was real. Same with Caesar. You're like when he's a little baby and stuff walking around, the emotion in the face, and Gollum, like on paper that should never have worked, but in the film, it's like it still holds up today. So I think all three. I can't choose one.
Okay, that's a cheap answer.
Like King Kong. There you go. King Kong.
King Kong. Wow. Okay. I wouldn't say King Kong, but I respect that, and I really think that I would be on the same boat with Drew here. I think Gollum is a very iconic character, yet I do think Caesar is the more fleshed out of the two, a lot more developed. He was a star of 3 movies. Gollum was only a side character of 2. If you want to look at it that
Isn't
way.
the first one technically for a second? But
Technically a shadow or like a silhouette of Gollum. Of
we haven't seen the uncut version of Fellowship of the Ring where there's a Gollum rap, but they cut it from the film. So there you go.
What? A rap?
Yeah, Gollum rap.
Like he raps?
Like the Ninja Turtles from the 90s. There's like a Gollum rap, but they cut it.
Nice.
Wasn't faithful to the book, apparently.
Huh. Dan, what about you, my guy? I know you hate Lord of the Rings.
Well, hate's a strong word, but I do. Yes, I'm not huge on it. I was bored, but anyway, I'd have to rewatch it though. I'm gonna rewatch them. But Caesar, but I do love Gollum. What I did see. Yeah.
Dan's gonna come back to us and be like, "That was so scary." The bit where she crawled out the TV. I was like, "Dan, Dan."
Wrong movie. Wrong movie.
No.
What about you, DeRay?
I'm pretty sure I watched at least one whole Lord of the Rings movie. Can't really remember totally, but yeah, I've always enjoyed the Planet of the Apes movies, and yeah, his expressions are just so expressive, and I've always enjoyed him. So yeah, I would go with Caesar. Yeah.
Good choice.
Thank you.
We got Lisa who says totally the best voice on the YouTubes.
Yeah, boy.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yo, guys, we got Ricky from Old AF Reviewer.
My dude from up the road.
Have you got a good internet signal in space? For some reason, I read it in Space Jam. I'm like, I don't know. I do indeed. As you can see, it's very high tech. So I do indeed, my friends. I do.
Very impressive.
Guys, we got my wife who's not currently with me. She's at Target.
I'm even being promoted by them today because I was really enthusiastic.
Yeah, it's Arby's and Target. Is Starlink another Christian Bale movie? Is that Eva Longoria too?
I don't know actually what Starlink is either.
It sounds familiar to me though, the name.
Let's just guess. It's a Eva Longoria movie.
What was that film Christian Bale was with the dragons? And it was with
fire from above, rain
of Fire.
Rain of Fire.
Set in London and stuff with the dragons, and that was early Christian Bale days.
Mm-hmm. About Newsies, you guys seen Newsies?
I haven't seen it.
He was a boy in that movie.
Oh, sorry.
An emperor. It wasn't the Emperor.
What is it? What is it, DeRay?
I want to say it's not a movie. Is he talking about
Game?
my voice? Starlink? I don't know. Never mind. I don't know. This isn't a video game. That's all I'm seeing right now.
Is it like a couple pet name? He calls you Starlink.
Right, because I call y'all Stardust.
Do we have to call you Starlink? I'm so confused. You have like 3 names.
I love it. All I ever get called is a disappointment.
No.
No. Guys, we got Eric Thorpe.
Eric.
Hey,
Last week's guest. Sup, guys? Just chilling with a good bud tonight, but wanted to say hi. We're watching Vengeance. Ooh, Dan the man. I know you like that movie.
Yes.
I haven't seen it.
It was really good. It was really good. I don't know if Eric's gonna like it that much.
Have you even heard of it, DeRay?
No, I'm looking it up right now.
I believe it stars and it's directed by BJ Novak.
Oh no, yeah, I did see this preview, and I'm excited to see his work. After
yeah, what it is. Yeah,
The Office.
yeah, The Office.
Yeah.
I sorry, Dan, but did your closet door open?
No, that's been like that, and it's.
I'm freaked out.
That's Michael Myers getting closer. You know what I mean? Keeps on pushing it bit by bit, just testing the waters.
It's like the upper and the top. Is that like a clown face, right?
No, there's it's the.
It's the dead body I'm hiding.
Why was there a really weird pause there? Like you were trying to think of something plausible.
Like, what was it again?
Because
What's an excuse?
I don't. It's just a laundry room.
Oh, it's a good thing you can't smell where I'm at. Let's see. Oh, Anthony said he'll be here soon.
Hey, FDT.
Some answers from the Christian Bale. Of course, you got Eric Thorpe who says Batman. Lisa Loves with The Machinist as well. Katie's in the chat, guys. Katie.
Hey, Katie.
Hi.
How's it going, Katie? And Eric's also talking about how American Psycho is there for him as well. And then talking about Dan saying that he's not that big on the Dark Knight trilogy. Dan, I tune in for a minute and I got to hear you talk about how you don't love the Dark Knight trilogy as much as most. Hey, your husband loves Ford v Ferrari.
Oh yeah, he has mentioned that before. Yeah.
You just remembered.
I didn't watch it with them.
My friend I'm with, Cameron, wants to know what you guys think about the movie Clean with Adrian Brody. I've never even heard of that movie.
Is that the film where he's like meant to be like a gangster or something? Or...
I think it just came
just
out.
came out, yeah.
Because I had it on one of my like releases this week list recently.
We got it's meant to be terrible.
To raise the researcher tonight.
Sorry, yo, you go ahead.
Nah, you're good. No, you're good.
Have you ever played like the Batman games, like Batman, like Gotham Knight? That's what like you're like the Oracle right now, like Batman, like Oracle. Check this for me, okay, Batman. That's what I reminds me of. Mind.
But no, I have actually never even heard of this movie. It's the first time I've heard of it. So it's a 2022 release.
Yeah, fairly new.
Yeah, I think it's
within the year or so.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh snap! D Movie Man.
Oh my! It just got real.
D-Ray. Yeah, D.
Up?
Hey, you all.
And D-Ray.
Hope you're doing well. Always a pleasure to see and hear from the Ray.
Cool.
My question is, what makes horror effective to you? Plot, kills, acting? Also, can horror work without jump scares? I'll tell you this real quick. We'll give our short answers here because the question of the day may or may not have to touch on this topic. So just to give a short answer here, DeRay, what makes horror effective to you within the parameters of what D said, the plot, the kills, acting?
Sure. When there's a sense of reality, you know, more times than not, there can be some fantasy things going on or some things that aren't really happening in the real world, but when it's just really grounded in reality or has none of that stuff. But yeah, top answer when it's grounded in reality, to keep it short.
No, but that's still a really good answer because I know that scares the crap out of me when it could happen to me.
Exactly.
Because I don't think a burnt man in a Christmas sweater, fedora, and a metal glove could ever happen to me. Who knows? Who knows? But compare that with a Conjuring. It's like, oh my goodness, it's a little bit more terrifying.
Sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What about you, Joe?
Keep it short for the sakes of the question of the day. But atmosphere. I think a film like I watch so many horrors like the Radars. Like Shutters, for example, mainstream films. Within the first 2 minutes of watching a horror, you can, if it doesn't suck you into that world, it never will.
Mm-hmm.
If you start watching a film and you lose yourself in it, that's a sign of a good horror for me. The one where you and then you become, and when you start to feel vulnerable as a character in that film, even though you're not in it, for me, that's what makes a good horror.
Nice. What about you, Danny boy?
Yeah, so I'm basically echoing what you guys are saying, but like the Babadook, that's like real. Yeah, well, there's a creature in it, but like it's a metaphor for grief and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So when there's metaphors,
Spoiler alert!
What? Oh,
spoilers for anyone who's never seen this. It's great. So ignore everything you decide.
No, it's pretty.
Spoiler for a 10-year-old movie.
Yeah, so stuff like that. Conjurings are really creepy. But it can have supernatural stuff and still be effective. But yeah, no, I think that would be
absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Great answer, Dan. You sexy beast.
Oh my. The flirting tonight.
But we got the view with Drew. What's your guys' pick for a terrible movie with a great cast? Movie 43 is horrible, but it has Hugh Jackman, Chris Pratt, Gerald Butler, Emma Stone, Halle Berry, Liev Schreiber. Movie 43 has more than just them. I think that's an all-star cast. And it was, I believe it was one of the worst movies, if not the absolute worst movie to come out.
Hey, Sean William Scott was the only actor to turn up on the premiere of the film. Yeah, he was the only one that actually turned up for the premiere of the film. No one else.
That's Stifler, right?
Yeah, Stifler from American Pie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's horrible. Dan, do you have an answer off the top of your head for a terrible movie with a great cast?
Endgame?
Terrible, such a strong word.
Well, I mean, just lessen it if you want, but
yeah.
Joe, you thinking?
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
A terrible movie with a great cast. It's hard now that you put movie 43 in there. It's like there's a lot of disappointing movies with great cast, right? But I don't necessarily think that's what he's trying to say. Like for example, right? For example, I think Dune is disappointing.
Oh,
I did not like that movie as much as the masses. I think it's disappointing, and that has a great cast. It actually won the best ensemble in the Rubber Duckies this year.
Widows. Did you Widows? I mean, it's not terrible though. But I wasn't a huge fan of Widows with Viola Davis, Daniel Kaluuya. It had a bunch of good
Michelle Rodriguez.
Yeah.
What about the movie that came out this year with Jessica Chastain and she's an assassin?
Oh.
Has Lupita Nyong'o.
355. Yeah.
Was that a bad movie?
355. I actually didn't see it yet, but Shawn said it was. Everyone else said it was. And
okay.
I'd probably say the Whedon cut of Justice League.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Or Suicide. Or the original. Oh well, you like the original.
I like the Snyder cut. Love the Snyder cut. I can't stand the Whedon cut of Justice League because that's a bad film with a great cast. Whereas the Snyder cut is a great film with a great cast. It's really weird.
Before I give it to DeRay for her answer, I think my actual answer. Let's go to the Oscars here. Crash.
That's a good one.
Won Best Picture at the Oscars. All-star cast. You got Sandra Bullock. Brendan Fraser's in that movie. Ludacris is in that movie. A whole bunch of big names. And I hate that movie. I honestly think it's a terrible movie. It's terrible. You never have to go to church in your life. Just watch Crash because it's going to preach. And it's so annoying. What about you, DeRay?
I'm having a hard time picking something. But what comes to mind, just to say something, it's not really that bad of a movie, but it's one that I recently did not like so much that a lot of people did that had a pretty good all-star cast was Army of the Dead.
Oh.
I know.
You didn't like it?
No, I know. I'm like trying to think of something else so that I don't get all the hate, but I'm like, that's
No, I quite enjoyed Army of the Dead. I don't gush over it, but I did quite enjoy it. But that is like a pretty big cast in there. Did you end up seeing Army of Thieves, the spin-off prequel?
I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I didn't see it either. Yeah.
It was the daughter, man, in that damn film that drove me nuts. You know, Batista's daughter.
Nick brought up a good point in the comments. Eternals.
Oh yeah.
Okay. DeRay, are you into like superhero movies at all?
Not necessarily, but I'll watch them and enjoy them. You know. But
thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just over it. I'm just over it.
Yeah.
I still love him. Like there's a place in my heart for him still, but I've been over it since the beginning of the year.
Out there, or what? Just too many. Yeah.
Oversaturation. Way too many now.
Sure. The same story being
That's
tweeted and said. Yeah.
Weak villain most of the time. Same story.
Yeah.
How about this one?
Oh, that's a good point.
That's an excellent answer.
Cats.
I heard it was terrible. But
I haven't even seen it.
I left the theater. We left. That's the only movie that I like actively left the theater for.
Ooh, that's crazy. I've never left the movie theater.
Not yet.
I was with
not yet. It's gonna come one day.
Friends, they wanted to leave too, so we were just like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, I've yet to.
It's so uncomfortable.
I was very like I don't like the 50 Shades of Grey movie, and Francis would drag me along every time they would come out, and I kind of thought like I might just walk out and wait for her outside in the lobby. Like I'm not gonna just walk out on her. So that's a good one. We got the movie man. What's you all's favorite and least favorite sub-genre of horror? Examples: experimental horror, slashers, body horror, psychological horror, monster horror, horror comedies, etc. Let's get. Oh, there's another. I'm just kidding. All right, let's start with DeRay here.
Sure. Definitely psychological horror, which goes with my whole grounded in reality thing. Is my favorite subgenre. Least favorite. It's kind of hard to say. Least favorite because I do like pretty much everything in every subgenre. but I would say probably sci-fi fantasy, depending on what it is. But there's a lot that I do like that is a sci-fi fantasy, so it's kind of hard to say. But yeah, I would go with that. For right now.
Any example of a psychological horror that you would recommend to anybody?
Yes, Bug. Bug is one of my absolute favorites. It's starring Ashley Judd and Michael Shannon. And it was actually a play first that got adapted into a movie. And it's basically, you watching two people just lose their minds, or one's already, lost his mind, and you just see that relationship just go crazy.
Is this like an older film, like older early 2000s?
Yeah, late 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This isn't the one about like they think they have bugs under their skin. Is it that one?
Yeah.
Oh, I know of it. Right. So I love the horror genre, yet I am not well versed in it at all.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
But I do love it. My answer is for least. It would also be sci-fi. For some reason, I just don't really mess with sci-fi horrors. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And when it comes to favorite, psychological's up there because I love a good horror movie that can get me to think. Elevated horror, like Scream 5 says, right? But come on, slashers. I love slashers. They're so fun.
Yes, they are.
There is a person here that I do want to know the answer to. And that's Mr. Jace!
What's going on, everybody?
Chilling.
Ray, good to have you here.
My ears.
Thank you so much for having me.
Are overloading. No.
Jace, we having a voice off. I'm just kidding. I'm just playing, bro.
Say hello.
What exactly is it that we're saying right now? Are we trying to make everything intense, or?
Yeah,
What's the rules of the voice off?
I got chills.
Jeez.
Is it just how epic can we make everything sound?
Look, goosebumps.
I might consider a voice off if I had my Yeti with me, but I left it in storage by mistake. So
Fair enough. I'll tell you what, I don't even think there'd be a decisive winner anyway, because at least from everything I've heard, it's one of those where I think you've got an amazingly spectacular voice that is in such a different category. It'd be really weird to try and compare it to my own. So yeah, I think it would just be literally nothing but us going back and forth and probably complimenting the shit out of each other.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right, Joe, I want to know what you've got to say here.
I'm gonna say least favorite. Anything to do with ghosts, the paranormal. I'm just over it now because I've said there's nothing I've seen that's original anymore from that. It's all the same setup, same gaps in the camera. When you can see a jump scare coming, The Conjuring 3 was a perfect example of that. They like you could just tell when everything was going to happen. I was just bored. I'd say favorite is probably I touched on sci-fi quick. Like sci-fi films like Sphere and Event Horizon. They're really, really good horror films. Like set in space and or under the ocean. But my favorite is psychological mixed with lore. So like I love watching films where I go straight onto Google to read about the thing they've been talking about. So like for example, Hereditary with like King Paimon. Like I literally thinking, so I look into all the pagan gods and what they used to do, and that's more terrifying to me because it's so like the Ray was saying earlier, it's very grounded in reality, and it's not like stupid. There's no jump scares. So those are my favorites, and slashers are fun, but those are my favorites.
Oh, cool.
Trying to be sultry on the mic.
Triple threat voice off.
Hello to everyone. Do I get a go?
We're just gonna retitle the stream Voicegasm.
Dan, what about you, my friend?
So I love psychological horror as well because it makes you think, and it's like real, and you could really relate to a lot of the stuff that may be in it. My least favorite is hard because, like Ray, I love like a lot of horrors. But I would probably say sci-fi horror as well is my least favorite. And also, Joe, have you seen Antlers?
No, not yet.
It's good.
No, I've not seen him.
It's good. It's not as good as it should have been, but it's a really good one. But it's about lore kind of.
Okay.
I've seen the prequel.
What's the prequel?
What's the prequel?
I
thought the killing of a sacred deer.
Bambi.
DeRay, have you seen Antlers at all?
I did. I need to watch it a second time. I remember liking it, but I also remember it kind of being ruined by the ending for me because it was kind of too hokey.
Yeah.
What do you feel about, maybe this could classify as monster horror, but I like what Dan said, like lore. What about like lore horror?
Oh, yeah,
like
I love
Slender
that.
Man, Antlers.
Yeah, I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
Nice. JC Poo.
What's body horror?
Saw.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, modifying your body in any kind of torturous way.
If
Yeah.
you've seen Men, it would have been body horror.
Interesting. Okay,
Really?
never heard it referred to as such before, but I would say probably I fall into the similar of the masses here, where psychological horror is definitely my favorite for sure. Like I can't get over how much I enjoy a. Sorry, I'm already thinking about how ridiculous it sounds. How much I enjoy a good mindfuck. It's really like it's just they're the best, right? Even the worst of ones are usually good.
As long as you're wearing protection, Jace, that's all that really matters.
Always practicing safe consumption of horror movies. As far as the least favorite here, I don't know. It depends. I've seen bits and pieces of different ones that I've witnessed be some of my like least favorite examples. Like for example, I love monster horror movies, but I have seen quite a few monster horror movies that just make me dislike the subgenre a little bit more. You know what I mean? It's like you have a little bit less respect for it. And then same thing with horror comedies. I actually think that that's one of those where when you're able to mesh them well, right, and successfully, those are actually two genres that really go and pair well together nicely, right? When you can kind of dip a little bit of comedy here and there within horror and alleviate some of the tension or lighten the mood for just a moment, then bring it back to that craziness. But then it's the same thing. I've also seen certain horror comedies where it's like, gosh, maybe you shouldn't be doing this, you know? So there's a couple different ones that could be on the least favorite, but psychological, that's where it's at.
Yeah.
All right, I guess we can all agree that's where it's at. Hey.
Another good one, just since everybody said psychological thriller, is After Life with Liam Neeson and Christina Ricci. That's a good mindfuck right there.
I've heard of this one.
Yeah, you have to put the dot between after and life. After Life.
Otherwise, you're going to see Ricky Gervais for 3 seasons.
Yeah, exactly. You do. Exactly.
Well, you really caught my attention when you said Liam Neeson.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Interesting.
Liam Neeson.
And Freddie Prinze Jr. is in there as well, in case.
Actually, it's what's his name? Justin Long. Josh?
Oh, from Jeepers Creepers. And that.
Yes, Justin Long. He's also in there.
Jeepers Creepers is having its 4th movie, right?
Can't wait for that. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know.
The 3rd one was terrible, though, I thought.
No more molesters on the crew or cast or anything. It's all new people. So.
Oh yes, this is true. No more guys bathing on the roof of a bus.
Yeah.
Those days are gone.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ray knows what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is it a legitimate continuation?
I don't know, Jason.
Is it is it a sequel, or is it a reboot, or a soft boot, or whatever the hell they would call it?
Pretty sure it's a sequel.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that. The Ray left you hanging big time.
I left somebody hanging. Sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. There's a window there. I'm gonna throw myself out in a second.
Oh, my bad. Wait.
Okay. So we're doing like synchronized, like dancing. Hey.
Wait, are we going to the same side of the we're off?
Now it's your legs.
Yeah, we done it. That counts.
Brandon says Starlink is how you get internet in space.
Yeah. Duh.
Gotcha. Elon Musk aims it from Mars.
Yeah.
And another fun fact, talking about Newsies, your husband was in Newsies in high school?
He did a lot of things, yep.
You sound so proud.
No, I am.
I wish I knew the things. But guys, we got Anthony.
Hey, what's up, everybody? So sorry for being late.
Anthony.
How you doing, Rainbow?
Good, good. Thank you for
All right.
having me.
It's all good, Anthony. It's your second strike, so you're good.
One more. I got one more.
You got one more. Question from Drew: if you were making a movie, what cast of actors would you want?
Wow.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yo, Anthony, because
Yes.
you were late, you're gonna start us off.
No, I'm happy to. Let's see. If you were making a movie, what cast of actors would you want? I feel like I would like to have Pacino and De Niro in there. I would drag Jack Nicholson out of retirement, and let's see, who else can we throw in there? I don't know.
All the gangsters.
Yeah, basically, I guess it's gonna be a mob movie. Ed Norton. I'm a big Ed Norton fan. I feel like I'm the only Ed Norton fan around anymore.
No, I like him.
You might be right.
Kate Blanchett. She's great in everything. Kate Blanchett. I would like Kate Blanchett.
Yeah, man. Talking about Kate Blanchett, Anthony. Just so after the stream you have something to look. There's the new trailer for Kate Blanchett's newest movie, Tar, is coming out this year, and she's already getting Oscar buzz for actress.
All right, cool. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah. But yeah, probably a mob movie, Anthony.
It'd be a pizza shop. That's a front for the mob.
Yes. Anthony, it's like the outfit, because in the outfit, the guy, he does outfits, but in reality, like, it's like a mob movie, but he's just the guy that makes the outfits. So it's like the outfit, but pizza. So you're the pizza guy. I like it.
I like it.
It's like, hey, give me pepperoni pizza, extra anchovies. It's like, oh, you want me to kill who now? Like little codes like that. I'm writing this film for you, dude.
I love how you have someone talking in code and then responding with plain English. Like, anchovies on the pizza. Wait, who you want me to kill?
Sorry, not kill.
I'll pop him in the head. Don't worry about it.
Not kill, brutally murder.
Yes.
DeRay, what about you?
It really depends on the script, but off the top of my head, Christina Ricci, she'd be somebody I would love to work with on a horror for sure. Angela Bassett, as well as Evan Peters, as far as a guy goes. So yeah.
You
He's
must
had all. Go ahead.
You must be excited about him being Dahmer.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a good one.
I wonder how that's gonna be like.
Yeah.
I'm nervous about it though because it's Ryan Murphy.
Oh no, he's directing it.
I think he's
lost his touch. That's the thing about Ryan Murphy.
Yeah.
I think Ryan Murphy 10 years ago was amazing, like one of the best like horror creators out there, and just lately he's just lost his touch in my opinion. Well, Dan, what about you? What actors would you want? And you can't say Tom Holland.
Okay. I'll say so definitely James Corden, Awkwafina, and Harry Styles. I definitely would want those three.
Bye, Joe. Bye.
Joe's frozen. He's frozen himself.
God.
No,
is he frozen for everybody?
Oh, terrible.
Yeah.
and Joe, I'll send you the free tickets, okay?
So that's basically Joe's most hated list.
I'm gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down.
No, never those three. Well, actually, I don't mind Harry Styles or Awkwafina, but anyway, Timothée Chalamet, Florence Pugh, and Tom Holland would be in there too.
Nice.
I don't know where I am anymore.
I don't know. We can kind of hear you, but you're frozen, my guy.
Oh no, you wait. Hold on. No. Yeah.
I want to join.
What's going on? Joe, if you can hear me, just be quiet for a second while I talk. So for me,
Hey, I'm here.
All right.
For me, I would love these three actors in a film. I don't know what script it would be for, but I would want Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
I would want Tom Hanks, and then I want Frances McDormand. I adore Frances McDormand. She's my favorite actress of all time. So I'd love to see what a movie with them three could look like.
Is she your favorite woman with a name of Frances?
I can neither confirm or deny. What about you, Jace?
All right. Just trying to put some thought into this one. So I think it'd be cool to have, again, the great starting part of the answer is depends on the cast. Leonardo DiCaprio, Robert Downey Jr., David Tennant, Andrew Garfield, Scarlett Johansson, and Anya Taylor-Joy. Those 6, if I could somehow put them in something.
Nice. Sounds like a Coen Brothers movie.
Maybe.
Yeah, it does. Brandon's asking, if you were in a horror movie, how would you want to die?
Nice.
Ooh. Well, since he's your husband, Ray, how would you want to die?
Well, if I'm going to be in a movie and die, I want to go out, ablazing. So yeah, it's a bunch of stabs and blood gushing everywhere, whether it's with a knife or any kind of, even a blunt weapon, nothing quick, no gunshot to the head, nothing, maybe even a severed head. That'd be cool. Oh, something like that, something dramatic.
Okay. Wow.
That'd be some fun makeup to get into too. So all the special effects, yeah.
When it comes to me, I think the way I would want to die in a horror movie would be, it's a little vague, but surprisingly. Have you guys seen the movie? I think it's Meet Joe Black with Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
At the very end of that movie, because I think he's like throughout the whole movie, he's like been avoiding death.
Okay.
And then you think he finally avoided it, and at the very end of the movie, he's crossing the street, and a truck comes, and he just misses it by a second, and it's like, ooh, that was close, and then a car hits him, and you're like, and the movie ends immediately after that, and you're like,
wow.
So I'd want to die like that. I want people to make my face.
I like that. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Dan, what about you?
Probably in a saw trap, just to
See, that involves suffering though. That's the
but
thing.
it's not me. I'm the actor, right? Or
he likes it.
I'm in the.
It's like BDSM for him.
Yeah, you're the victim. You're the victim.
I thought I'd be the actor. So, I don't know.
So, like what? Like pull your fingers off one by one? Spiral?
Yeah.
Just bleed out.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Anthony.
I want to go in a big explosion. I think that would be fun for everyone.
See the limbs get torn off and everything.
Yeah, I guess so.
And yet somehow, very manly, Anthony still walks out of the explosion. No limbs, just a big bean of a man. Sad Joe.
Hey, Joe. I'm back now.
Are you? Kinda, yeah. Hey, Joe.
It's better.
Yeah.
We'll wait a little bit more. Jace, give us an answer.
I tell you exactly what I want. And I feel bad because
your Wi-Fi, bro.
I'm gonna fix my internet.
That's right, Joe. You fix that internet. I wish I could help.
Pokemon.
DeRay, you were talking about it. Yours not wanting to be quick, and I totally understand why, because it sounds like very epic. I, on the other hand, would want it to be the polar opposite. But still in an epic fashion. So hear me out. I would want to be right on the verge of delivering some extremely important news that only I knew. And then something happens that like impales me in the chest or like slices through my head or some shit. And then no one knows what was going to go on. That's it, right?
Like Obama's last name is
Oh.
Not what I was thinking.
What's his last name? What's his last name?
Oh my god.
Joe, are you good?
Hey, I think I am.
Yes. Hey, Joe, what about you? How would you want to die in a horror movie?
God, like in an imaginative way, you mean? I would say with two squirrels and have their like tails tied together, and then use as nunchucks and you're beat to death with them. That would be I've never seen that before.
Yeah, that's true.
And
Like,
you can have them, and you can like put like acorns and stuff like in like molten like metal and put it in their mouth to give it a bit more weight. You know, so as I hit you, you're like, no. That'd be the best death.
In what horror movie is this taking place in?
It was in the uncut scene from Hereditary, Jace. Okay.
Yeah.
What?
They just thought it was too extreme for the cinema and changed the tone of the film completely, so they took it out.
That's originally how Charlie lost her head.
Yes.
That's what happened. She was beaten to death with squirrel nunchucks.
Guys,
What a
Nassim's
world we live
here.
in.
It's Nassim. Say hi to Nassim.
Hi,
Nassim.
We also have I Am the Ice Lord.
Wes, what's up, Wes?
What's up, Wes?
Lance, nice
Hey.
to have you on. Welcome.
Loving the logo.
Yeah.
Lisa wants to die in a Saw trap as well because she loves Saw.
Yeah.
Oh, see?
Oh snap! We got banana poop. Banana poop. Don't like jump scares, uninspiring. Prefer a scene to allow imagination from suspense, tension, then gore, but no da-dong music enhanced jump.
Was that Netflix?
Isn't it weird? Isn't
Not
it weird to
Netflix.
think that at some point jump scares were like original? Like that's at one day and age, like back in the past, a jump scare was like a wow, that was so imaginative. No one's ever done that before. And like now it's just like the most overdone fucking thing ever in horror.
In every movie, movie.
It's in the teasers now. It's in the trailers. It's
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's in rom-coms.
But will they fall in love?
Oh,
It's the
that's my
Hey,
love.
this guy.
Nick, what's up? Nick, what's up? The distract. Yo, I've been wanting to do another watch party with Nick, but Scream 2 this time. If you're still watching, Nick, hit me up, my guy. Oh, your husband loves Crash. I'm sorry, man. It is all preach. All right. So I am looking for. Ooh, what is this? I like this question. What's the worst dick ripping you ever seen?
Oh, I've seen one.
Is it your love life?
Okay, then I haven't seen one.
Wait. Like, is that what it means, dick ripping?
You got me, dude. I don't know.
I think so.
It must be because A's like 3 letters away from the C on a keyboard. So
Yeah.
I'm guessing that means that. And Diak means goat in another language. I don't know. It's goat ripping.
Are we just trying to decide on what's like the most gruesome dismemberment of that? Okay.
Maybe, right? Because worse means like the most gruesome, maybe? Is that what you're saying?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something I've seen that many dick rippings to be like, oh, this is the best and this is the worst dick ripping.
I mean, I feel bad. I can't remember what the project is, but there was like one where a girl's like blowing a dude and then she bites it off. I think that has to be one of
What
the
about-
worst.
American Horror Story.
Is that teeth?
Oh, I love teeth.
Oh, that is teeth.
There's a dick ripping scene in there.
Well,
Yeah, there is. That's a good one.
House of the Dragon.
House
Game
of the
of
Dragon,
Thrones.
yeah.
We
That's
had,
right. Yeah, they did it there.
That's like first episode material, and I actually have a top 10 dick ripping list coming up. I don't.
Forget it.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. That's an idea.
I almost believed them. Let's do one more question here, and then we'll go to the question of the day. Very quickly, Drew's asking, where does Chadwick Boseman as Black Panther rank in your favorite actors playing superheroes? For me, I do think he's fairly high. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think he's anywhere near as iconic yet as like an Iron Man, Toby as Spider-Man, even Evans as Captain America, right? Like I think, but Chadwick is still up there, and if he didn't pass away, I think he would have climbed those ranks quickly. So yeah, he's up there. He's up there. What about you, Jace?
Yeah, I'd say as far as somewhere between, if I were to try and answer quickly, like between mid and high, like right in the middle of that. You know what I mean? So like definitely not mid tier by any means. Better than like what usual casting is. And I think I agree that if given more time, could have gone up towards the top and stuff. But yeah, like right kind of below the people who you consider to be the most iconic fits for roles. He's basically like right just shy of there.
Dan.
Yeah, so he's high up. I basically have the same answers like John. He's high up for me. And yeah, he would have climbed, farther if he had passed away.
Joe.
Yeah.
Are you drunk?
No, I'm drunk. That might joking. No, I would say same thing as you guys. If he had 2 more films, a trilogy under his belt, I think he would have been up there with Iron Man and Captain America easily. Yeah. I think he would have been like one of the. Wasn't the original plan him and Doctor Strange as the new frontrunners of the Avengers?
Probably.
I think that was the case. But yeah, I think it was really good. Like when you watch a film, you think like again, you realize how good it is and how good he is, and it makes you sad because of how good he could have been. But yeah, at least we got him the once. That's the main thing.
That's true.
Yeah.
Anthony.
And some cameos too. If not in the top 5, then easily in the top 10. He's way up there. So basically the same answer as you guys. It just it would have been nice to see more, but like I'm really appreciative of what we got at least. So,
what about you, DeRay? Have you seen Black Panther?
I have. My answer is going to be super biased just because I don't really watch a whole lot of superhero movies, and Black Panther was Black Panther, and I was just super emotional with it. And even with this new Black Panther coming out, that trailer itself just had me almost bawling. So a little bit of bias there. I'm just gonna have to go with he's one of, if not one of he is my top superhero actor.
Nice. Yeah. Good answers all around. Good rankings, I should say. Well, guys, we are a little bit over the 1 hour mark. We're going to get into the question of the day. And for any first-time viewers here, what's going to happen now is we're going to display our question of the day. We're going to go into it. We're going to have a discussion about it, go in depth. And we will not be reading comments throughout the discussion, but we will eventually come back to them. So any questions or important comments that will be missed throughout this discussion will not be ignored. We will come back to you guys. We promise.
Hi, Terrence. What's up?
Hey, what's up, Terrence?
Terrence in the chat, but I can't. I'm like all the way up.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Let's all say hi to Terrence. Hi, Terrence.
What's up,
Terrence? All right. Let's get ready for the question of the day.
I'm intrigued.
I love it.
Go on.
A very good question, Jonathan. Very good question.
I love the German accent.
Thank you.
What
John's thunder though? I helped come up with this one finally. Fucking.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to take any credit at all. I just want to answer the question.
Oh, John has been killing it with the questions of the days.
This question is brought to us by Mr. Burja Rocar. What elements are necessary to classify proper horror? Now let's I'm going to start us off here real quick to contextualize everything here. Now, D brought up some good points when mentioning what makes like effective horror, the plots, the kills, and then he mentioned something about jump scares. But what we're trying to answer here is, what exactly is horror, especially nowadays? Is it slashers? Is it the elevated horror that I mentioned? And I think the creator that kind of has messed this all up for us, whether it's good or bad, is Jordan Peele. because he has been making films that maybe you could consider horror, right? For example, his most recent film came out, Nope. And Anthony, you saw it, and you said that's your favorite horror of the year so far.
Yeah, I saw it recently, and until you mentioned that in the chat, actually, I'm glad we could talk it out here too. No, but yeah, and you were like, well, is it really horror? Is it more? What did you say? Like actiony? I think you said.
Yeah, I said something like
fair
that.
enough. And then it dawned on me. I'm like, yeah, there's lots of screen time, to be fair, in that movie where it's downtime and it's not necessarily what we think of as horror traditionally.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So what is the elements within Nope that classified it as a horror? Were it the few jump scares that it had, the few undertones of eeriness throughout? Because, for example, I really think with Nope, it's not a lot of horror more than it is I don't know, like actiony and a bit suspenseful.
Suspense. I was gonna say suspense.
Is suspense the new horror? Is thrill the new horror? What is horror? I've had this discussion with so many people, and I've had arguments with some people too. When I used to work at Universal, I had a coworker of mine ask me what my favorite horror movie is, and I was naming off a few, and I was saying, "Hey, man, but there's this new movie, Hereditary." So we're taking it back, right? That you should see. And he's like, "I've seen it. That's not really horror, man. Like horror is like the blood and guts." And I'm like, "That's what? That's your definition. That's your definition of horror." So what's our definition of horror, right? But let's put this a bit more objective. Let's actually give an answer here. What is an element that is necessary to classify proper horror? Let's go to the Ray here. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I forget who said it earlier, but atmosphere has a lot to do with it. It's hard to just pick one thing because so many things can be horror in my mind because they're horrific, they're scary. You know, with Nope, yeah, there is that suspense. It's like a sci-fi suspense movie versus a horror. But we still get, you know, our blood and guts in there. We could have had a lot more in Nope, to be honest. We do get a little bit of, you know, violence and, you know, just people dying, you know, people's deaths. And so, what else? Suspense is kind of what's needed in horror too, even though people are like, oh, that's not really horror, but you want to be anticipating something. You don't want everything just to be thrown at you. You want to see what's around the corner or what's going to happen in the next 10 minutes. So you just need a good atmosphere and a curiosity of what's going to happen next, you know? So
I like that. That sense of anticipation that puts you at the edge of your seat. That's not in the same way like an action movie would put you on the edge of your seat, but more like, yeah. So I get what you're saying there for sure. Jace, I'm kind of curious as to what you think because it's your question.
Sure.
Good question, Jace. I must have mentioned good question.
Thank you very much, sir.
I'll see you in the bunker later.
2 words. Uneasy tension. I feel like that is a true necessity to make something have an eventual horrific feeling to it. When you have the in-between moments that are filled with uneasy tension. When I say that to the point where, like, you know, people are like, wow, the tension's so like thick, you could cut it with a knife or something like that in the room. Like that. When scenes can be shown and filmed and edited and depicted in a way where you literally are almost like you yourself are legitimately sitting on the edge of your seat thinking to yourself, what the fuck is going to happen at any single moment? That, I feel like, is a very, very important element to have. Not for what leads to jump scares. I feel like, right, that's the easy out. That's the easy take. Like, of course you're going to jump at that and stuff. Of course you're going to be a little like, well, okay, now my adrenaline's going a little bit. But when they can do that and introduce some other cool twists or a different creepy image that resonates with you, that you have like nightmares about for weeks and stuff afterwards. But it's a lot of it is the lead up too. So it's not always just it's almost like with a joke. It's not just the punchline, but what leads up to the punchline. So I feel like that's a lot of what I would say is a very, very big necessity. Is just you need that uneasy tension throughout.
So far, right, we've gotten not the same answer, but similar in saying like anticipation of sorts.
True, but it's not so much like, I wanted to be clear, where like tension is not strictly anticipation. Where when you are strictly anticipating what's going to happen, I know I was throwing a bit of that in my answer because I feel like they both have a lot of connective tissue. But when things are just tense, you know, like it's almost like, imagine if you just had an argument with someone and then there's the aftermath, right? And then everyone's sitting there, and what is that feeling? It's tense. No one knows exactly what to say or how to say it or write anything. You don't know how to go about things. And that is not necessarily what's coming next, what's coming next. That's a part of it. But just to have like a tense feeling is just like, again, uneasiness. I don't feel comfortable. This is weird. And I feel like you need that in a horror element. That's what you need to feel, is you need to feel like this doesn't feel right to me. I don't feel good about this. I feel uncomfortable. But that's a part of horror.
Okay. Well said. Well said.
Yeah.
Now, Dan, I'm going to go to you, but I want to ask you a question here. And you guys can chime in if you've seen this film as well. Last week, Idris Elba's movie Beast came out. I know you saw it, and I saw it as well. It is not advertised as a horror movie. It's not. Yet it has all the elements that DeRay mentioned, that Jace mentioned, and even jump scares. Whether we want to agree that's an element that we want to have in proper horror or not, right? It's in horror, whether we want it or not. There's a lot of jump scares in Beast, yet Beast is not advertised as a horror film. Should it be, though? Are there elements there for it to be classified as a proper horror, Dan?
I think there are definitely elements there. And I mentioned this in the chat. In general, like if someone were to ask me, is that a horror movie or is this a horror movie? If it says horror on IMDb, I'll say yes. And that's just the general out. But for this question, I get more specific. Like I'm like you guys, like there's some stuff that, that is said it's a horror movie on, it says it's a horror movie on IMDb, but I watched it and I'm like, oh, that wasn't that scary. So there's different opinions and different facets. But yeah, the Beast, because Beast actually does say horror on IMDb. But yeah, no, it wasn't, advertised as such. And there were some creepy moments, some suspenseful moments. And I think you're going to get that in any like creature feature kind of, or like a shark movie.
They probably did that for like marketing reasons because they wanted people to go see the new Idris Elba movie. And they were like, people might be a little bit put off by that. Let's just advertise it this way instead. But
yes,
it backfires when they do stuff like that.
Yeah, because the way it was advertised was very much man versus beast.
Yes.
Yeah. And when you see that and you see the trailers, you think of a thrilling action film.
Yeah.
And then you see the movie. I saw it on Sunday. And I'm like, why am I so scared right now? Right? And yet it wasn't advertised like that whatsoever. But
was it a pleasant surprise, or were you not excited about that? You weren't prepared for horror?
I was not prepared for horror. I was not prepared. The movie itself, I'm like it's forgettable.
Yeah, it's forgettable. It was good though.
Would you say suspense, Dan? Would that be your easy answer here?
Suspense, yeah, definitely more suspenseful. Thriller, I would say, yeah.
Okay, so like if a movie's suspenseful, thrilling, you would consider it horror.
Yeah, or like Jace was saying, uneasy when you don't know what's gonna happen next. Tension, suspension, yeah, I don't like The Conjuring is James Wan in general is really good at all of this, and except even though I like Malignant wasn't his scariest thing, but yeah, no, so I would say suspense that may end in a jump scare or may not, or may end in just a scary face or something.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Anthony, I'm curious as to what you have to say. If you want to elaborate more on our discussion of or just take it somewhere else.
No, it's a great discussion. I think I want to just sort of pull answers from everybody because I think you're all sort of saying the right stuff. I think for me, the only thing I would add, suspense is a big part of it. Jace, I think, nailed it, and DeRay talked about it too, with just the anticipation of something happen. it has to be something bad though. It has to be like whatever the mystery is, whatever. If I don't care if it's a haunted house movie, it has to lead to death or something bad. I think that would just be the only thing I would say to qualify. Like if Nope ended as like a joke or it was a hoax or something like that. I don't want to fully spoil a movie for people, but if it did end like that, then I wouldn't necessarily throw it into horror. I wouldn't throw it under that umbrella, but it stays in that direction. There's just not a lot of scary moments per se. It's a lot of build up and it's a lot of suspense. And this Hitchcock movies were famously like that, where it's just, some people they may consider that slow because it's a lot of suspense. It's a lot of sitting there and you go through story, and like if you just dip in and out of the movie, you might not even know it's a horror movie because you didn't stick around for it. And then before you know it, there's birds attacking everybody.
Yeah.
Or in the case of Nope, there's some strange stuff in the sky popping down.
Speaking of Hitchcock, like it also subverts your expectations, especially in Psycho. And actually, I saw The Invitation that was mentioned in like the question of the day. And that actually, it's not a great movie, but it has a lot of aspects that subvert your expectations of what's going to happen. Like, but it was good. But yeah, no, like Hitchcock is really good at subverting those, and that could be horror as well. Like you're not expecting it. Like John wasn't expecting horror elements.
So yeah, exactly. So that would be the only thing I would add to it. Is that whatever that thread is, it has to be real and it has to be something that like will lead to very bad results. And then I would officially call it horror, and I throw it in the horror section happily. So that would be my answer for that.
Okay. Now, Joe,
hey,
what makes a movie like The Avengers, where aliens fly out of a portal and destroy an entire city, not horror, yet alien about the xenomorph in a ship killing a couple people, horror?
Well, it's a good question. I could talk about this all day with audio. Like I've streamed what makes a horror, what doesn't. But it's funny that the same confusion doesn't come from video games. Like when you play a horror game, you're playing a horror game. And when you're playing Super Mario, you're playing Mario. If you're playing Gran Turismo, you're playing a driving game. You know the genre you're in based on how it makes you feel. And that is a horror. It's the feeling of dread. Now there's two kinds of horror. There's kill or be killed. There's the films that you enjoy watching people get killed, like the Friday the 13th, Dumb Teenagers in the Cabin. You get a sick bit of pleasure from that, like the Saw films. You kind of see what you want to see, the creative way people die. But then you get films like Haunt or Halloween or Jaws, where you want to see these people survive because you bond with their character, you get to know them, and there's good storytelling. And I think the problem with horror is there's so many bad ones and so many subgenres. It's hard to really define what it really is. But for me, it's all about the feeling. Like what makes a good horror game? It's the camera angles, it's the atmosphere, it's the music, it's the fact that you're weaker than everything else, and that it makes you feel vulnerable. Like the film I watched recently, Black Phone, was a great horror film because I always find films with kids, you're more scared because they're weaker than a man, and they're like, what can I do to this guy? This guy wasn't exactly intimidating, but they're kids. What can they really do against someone like that? So for me, it's all about, if you just take the elements of what makes a horror video game and apply it to what makes a horror film, whether it be a film like Crawl, like that's a horror, but it's like animals of a genre. And that's where it comes down to. It just comes down to atmosphere and what's the word? Environment. That's really what it comes to. Like you said, with Avengers, you can play an Avengers video game. That's not a horror. The aliens coming at the sky. But you can play Alien Isolation, and I'd be hiding in a locker for half an hour, because in Avengers they're overpowered and you feel safe because they're superheroes. Whereas in Alien, you're just a man. You're just a person against this thing, and you got nothing but a spanner or a flamethrower. Not going to do anything. So it's all about keeping things grounded and making you feel weaker than the threat, and that's what makes a good horror.
God damn, that was a great answer. I really love that answer. Great answer.
Thanks.
Wow. Wow. Yeah,
being smart sometimes.
It's all that booze. Drink up,
Thank you,
kids.
Italia.
Liquid intelligence.
Liquid intelligence.
It is. It is.
Great answer. I'm going to go to some comments here concerning the question of the day. Brandon saying, these days, documentaries can be horror. It's all horror all the way down.
Sure.
Let's talk about this for a second. Can a documentary be horrific? Oh, what are you going to say, Dan?
Well, the
Yeah,
subject
no,
matter.
Lake Mungo?
No, this reminds me of my what another answer would be, real. Like, so when it feels real, like, so yes, Lake Mungo, I was so scared of it, and I was scared for days and days because it felt like it was real.
I agree, Dan. Yeah, that's a great point. What is it? The Fourth Kind.
Yeah.
So that's one where it's a ridiculous movie, right? But when I first saw that movie, first of all, the chick walks out, the main actress of the movie walks out and says, like, what you're about to see is messed up real shit. Yeah. She gives this whole speech about, like, yo, you better mentally prepare yourself because this is about to get fucked. And it was like, what is going? And they show, for reference sake, in Fourth Kind, that there's like the movie, right? So the actual with actors, and you could tell it's movie like, right? But they play it next to real footage. And it is shown as though it is real footage, as though the stuff is actually happening. It's all about like alien possession and almost, if you will, and stuff like that. And because it had that real element, that in itself is what creeped me out. So it's not even like the movie itself. Like, looking back on it now, knowing it's fake, I could watch that and just kind of chuckle here and there, right? And it's just more so, if anything, appreciate for what they were doing. But at the time, shit freaked me the hell out, and it was mostly because it seemed like it was real. So I agree with Dan's answer.
Yeah, but also if he's talking about real documentaries, like true crime and stuff, that does scare me when I'm watching a true crime documentary because it's real.
And
like
that's a good answer.
Yeah, and like the music and just the voices narrating it sounds so creepy, and the visuals look so creepy. And I know that this actually happened, so it scares me.
Exactly.
Unsolved Mysteries, bruh.
Yeah.
Anyone ever see that show?
The Ray's YouTube videos.
I was sending my friend when I was watching Unsolved Mysteries. I was like, when the episode ends and they say this mystery has not been solved, and then I sent the Pikachu meme of him being surprised.
The Ray, we haven't heard from you for a second. Is there a horror documentary you'd recommend for us?
A horror documentary.
It's a show or a movie. Because I know there's a lot. Because Dan was talking about like true crime being. Because I wasn't even thinking true crime. But yeah, there's a lot of different documentaries.
That's what came to mind immediately too. You know, there's just so many of them. They're all so horrific.
Yeah.
I'll think of something here in just a second. Give me a moment.
No, you're good. You're good.
John, I was gonna say to you, John, you're gonna be happy to. I don't know if who knows this, but you're gonna be happy. They're releasing a video game of killer clowns from outer space.
Oh my god!
It's being released. It's coming out. They showed the trailer the other day. And it's being made by the same people that made the first film. They're involved in it and everything. The models, character designs. There's a trailer out for it now when you get a chance to watch it.
Live reaction.
I'm shooketh.
Oh my
wow.
God, that's such a good, stupid
Bring in
movie.
the good news.
Is Killer Clowns a horror movie?
Maybe for the time.
I would say it is. It's one of those weird films that kind of like shouldn't creep you out, but because the clowns are really creepy, and they're like do you know what I mean? Like 80s horrors always freak me out because of the practical effects. There's something about like knowing you can touch them and stuff that always freaks me out.
I don't know, that whole horror comedy area in general is weird. Like as a kid, horror comedies creeped me out no matter what. It didn't matter that there were comedy elements. But then as an adult, I still love horror comedies. But the minute comedy gets thrown into it, the edge is gone a little bit. So now I can't. I just take it differently than versus a movie like Hereditary, which is very clearly straight horror. Unless someone disagrees that it's horror, that is. But I'd say yeah.
The Ray?
I have my answer, and it kind of goes back to your previous information about lore, but the documentary Beware the Slender Man, which is the story.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Where the two girls basically
Yeah.
actually believed in that whole thing, and did the terrible things that they did.
Yeah,
But,
yeah, and they were young. They were all real young too.
super young. Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah. I heard of I heard a podcast on it, and it's harrowing. Just here, didn't like one of them like as she was like stabbing her, like calling her kitty or calling her something like that.
Something crazy. Yeah.
It's,
Another one, as far as like documentary true crime goes, a more recent one is I Love You Now Die, which is the story of the girl who basically texted her boyfriend and convinced him to kill himself.
Yeah,
That one is super terrible.
yeah. They made a didn't they made a fictionalized show of that.
Well, yeah, it was a mini series, and they did a lot of really condensing, I feel like, but it was pretty true to what happened. But I definitely would have enjoyed it made in a different way. It was kind of too light, I guess, in a way. It could have been more fun if it was more dark, but yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Lisa's saying that regardless of subgenre, they need to have an element of fear for it to be considered horror.
I like moon genre myself.
Sun genre. That's my favorite. The moon genre. All right.
Werewolves and vampires.
Let's see. Is there let's see what Nick says here. An element of good horror is also what's not shown on screen. Many times your own imagination is scarier than anything. Classic case here is Jaws, right? Everybody always brings up Jaws or Nope, which is basically Jaws.
Yeah.
And even the Babadook, you don't really see the Babadook.
Well, and then also it's not even just like the characters. It's like what's going, like the story behind something as well, right? So even just like if you know what something is, like the Babadook, right? But maybe if you didn't know the history behind the Babadook, that's also what makes it creepy. Is you imagining where is that? Where did it come from? Right? And sometimes, just like how it's mentioning, whatever you could think of or not think of, I guess, is sometimes even more horrifyingly frightening than them actually giving you the answer. I think sometimes they do too much with that nowadays, not even just in horror, but like all around. They feel this necessity to have to explain everything. And I think it's because to a certain degree, we usually like that. We have a sense of curiosity. We always leave with a feeling of, man, it would have been really cool if they told us like where that came from. Sometimes what makes it really cool is when they don't.
Yeah.
Right? Leave it. You got to know when to leave it be.
A great example is the Blair Witch Project, which goes back to the whole documentary question, because, I think that's why a lot of found footage, movies are so successful, because it does feel like we're watching something real, obviously, And that was actually marketed just like Cannibal Holocaust as a real thing before it was released. So they all went into it thinking that, it was a true story. So, yeah.
And they made it for a nickel.
Basically.
Yeah. We're going to end this here with a little throwback. Lisa loves horrific documentaries. Don't F with Cats. One of my favorite docu-series of all time.
Crazy.
I didn't see it.
Love it.
It's nuts. Crazy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The Trials of Gabriel
to see it.
Hernandez. I haven't seen this one just because it's like it has to do with the kid, and like I'd rather hear it in a podcast, but I don't want to see it because I'm only going to show pictures, and I just don't want to see that.
I saw it. It was
yeah. Was it tough?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, here and there. Yeah.
And I have not seen Good Night, Sugar Babe, or even heard of it.
Yeah, I haven't heard of it either.
You haven't seen it, DeRay?
Not yet.
Yeah, no, same here. Just one more really good one. I really liked the Night Stalker. Sorry.
Yeah. Yep.
Night Stalker.
That was great.
So
horrifying, but great. Like,
That was really good.
Yeah.
Did Don't F with Cats, did that show like I was afraid of the animal abuse?
Dude, it was like it's like a second before it happens. Like it's like a second before it happens. So you never see it. You never see it.
That kind of goes back to the imagination thing, doesn't it? Because sometimes not seeing it, you kind of imagine it, and it's always it's terrible, but
I can't watch
you've seen it anyway in your head. You know what I mean? So it's something, and I always kind of stick with you more.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one. So that's it for question of the day, guys. I like this discussion. Our first horror one. All right, where do we go from here? Well, the returning people know that where we go from here is we go to shooting the skit, baby! Oh, yeah!
I always love your enthusiasm. It gives me life.
Today's skit is brought to you by Mr. Man of Movies himself.
And Target.
And Arby's. And Arby's.
Jace.
So we're gonna, Jace, are you twerking at any Arby's lately?
Maybe.
No.
Maybe.
Pics or it's a lie. All right, guys. So we're gonna show Skip. We're gonna talk about it for a second, and we're gonna go back to shooting this shit.
Oh yeah.
You guys ready for this skit?
Yeah.
All right, let's
Rock and roll.
Let's check it out. Yo, another busy day I see.
Mr. Bond, good to see you out and about.
Please, call me Bond. John Bond. Anyhow, give me the fruitiest drink you have to offer.
Right away, sir. I'll get started right now. Here you are, sir.
Ah. Thank you very much. Is this milk?
Yes, that's all we have.
I don't hate it. How much do I owe you?
Actually, sir, this one's from her.
Oh my. Much appreciated. How could I ever repay the favor? I insist. Maybe I can buy you back a drink. My friend, give this beautiful woman one of my usuals.
A cup of milk?
Not milk.
What should I give her?
Anything shaken, not stirred.
Sorry, ma'am. All we have is milk.
Whoa. Thanks for the drink, big boy.
Yo.
Hey, John, it's Bam. I know I texted you a minute ago, but it's been a while. How's vacation treating you?
Dude, you wouldn't believe how weird people be getting on vacation, man.
Yeah. That was great.
Hey, awesome.
So that's John Bond's on vacation. Freaking, I love Jace's reaction. It makes me. What happened, Jace?
Yo, I just died for a minute there. That's all. Yo, first, props to props to Frances for willing to be a part of it, and props to you to convincing her.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
that was just. I'm sorry. The moment the voice of the dubbing of her, like that, just
I want to see her dance as a GIF. At the very end.
That's where it's good to have we have the mics off, because otherwise it would just have been an explosion of laughs right at that moment right there.
I also love how you just turned right back into regular John. Like at the end, like there was no John Bond anymore when Fam was calling. You just like turned right back into regular John. He was like, "You won't believe how weird people be getting on vacation, bro."
Didn't you say vacay?
Dude, I didn't have any like wine for wine glasses, so I had to make it milk. So I just kind of milked it. Yeah, I kind of just had to do that with the milk gag there. But yeah, didn't really have to convince Frances. That little thing at the end when she's making faces, she recorded herself doing that when I wasn't looking, just so I could have it and laugh, and I put it in.
Oh no!
Just now find out.
Yeah. So
No, it's adorable though.
Thanks.
You're a trooper, Frances. I had an ending for this skit that I didn't like at all, so I had to think of something else. And when I saw that video, I said, I know exactly what I'm doing here. So it's a little post-credit of sorts, but that was shooting the skit.
Good
Ladies
job.
and gentlemen.
Awesome.
Thank you, Ray. Thank you so much. We're gonna go back to shooting the shit, but Joe's gonna go pee.
You gotta go.
Yeah. Where were
Sure, there's no dick ripping scenes.
Yeah. Oh.
All right, we got the movie man here going back to the comments. He says, I recall the Ray watching Audition, and the experience was slightly ruined in comparison to the blood and gore we've seen since that film was released. Ever had a similar experience with another horror film? Wait, maybe I got to think about this differently. What is D saying here?
Well, I did a reaction to Audition, and I was just expecting a completely different movie. And he's kind of saying that, since then we've had movies like Saw and Hostel, and they've kind of made movies like Audition maybe not as appealing to some folks. But for me, I still like both. It was just the anticipation of thinking in Audition this was going to be happening the entire film, but it only happened in like the first or the last 15 minutes of the movie. So for me, both is good. As far as like gore, in a horror movie, I don't need blood and gore for it to be horror and for me to enjoy it. But if I can get a whole, a boatload of it, then I'm also happy. So that's just me though.
Okay, I mean, if you were to rewatch it again with tempered expectations, do you think you enjoy it a lot more then?
I'll definitely enjoy it my second time around more because it was really, revolved around the story, which was a really good story. The storytelling was just awesome. Everything about the movie was good. It was just, oh man, that's not what I thought it was going to be. But yeah, had I not gone in with any expectations, I would have left it more excited. But that was just my initial reaction in that video right after watching it, so.
Yet, would you still recommend it or no?
Audition for sure, totally.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I saw it. It's good.
Jace, to give everybody else a chance to think, I know you have an answer here of a horror movie of sorts that you were expecting something completely different from, and you didn't like it, but you probably would now if you saw it again.
10 Cloverfield Lane.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's 100%. Yeah, I feel like the sad part is, even in the time of seeing it the first time around, I was totally able to acknowledge within the experience that this is a good movie. Like, to it, whether how good is of course always arguable, but it's a good movie. But yeah, because I was anticipating this connection to the previous Cloverfield movie, it was one of the most severely disappointing things when you find out, spoiler alert, that it's not, right? And yeah, I can say this safely. I have not seen it since, but I know for sure that if I went back to it again, I would be able to appreciate it so much more, because I would know from the get-go, all right, don't be anticipating to see the original Cloverfield monster. This is a completely separate, self-contained movie in its own right, and that's fine. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's you need to have that separation there to be able to appreciate it more. That's why I just kind of wish that they just never threw Cloverfield in the title, which, by the way, apparently it wasn't. Just as a mini history thing, apparently it was a completely separate movie. It even had a different title. And then it was purchased by J.J. Abrams and his small company, the Bad Robot or whatever, when they were doing this whole Cloververse thing and they thought it was going to really expand into something. They purchased that script, renamed it, dubbed it as part of the Cloververse, and then got what we got. So to be fair, I guess my original thought of, man, if they would have just named it something different is actually accurate. They did originally do that.
That movie's actually a good example for me where I was expecting what you were expecting, but was pleasantly surprised and was able to ride along with it. Just because I love Goodman so much, I think, too. It was just an awesome performance.
Oh, it was. Absolutely. Absolutely. It was just one of those where, again, I am one of the, I shouldn't say few people, but I know I like the original Cloverfield more than a lot of people who can't stand the shaky cam aspect of it. Totally understandable. But I still like the film a lot. So I was really hoping that by the time that there was the escape moment, that you would kind of get the reveal that, oh, wow, here's the connection to the original one to some capacity. And then it was like, oh, it's not? Okay. I guess I'll just totally be happy about this, right?
To a lesser extent, a movie that I was totally okay not liking. But when Assassination Nation came out a few years ago, don't know if you guys even heard of that movie. The way that it was sort of marketed was like a bodies type of deal, right? And so I went into it expecting that. And what I got was like this preachy Gen Z, oh my God, type film. And yeah, there's a lot of like gore and stuff like that within it. But I was not expecting this to just be a Gen Z film. And it left such a bad taste in my mouth. That year, Assassination Nation was in my top 5 or bottom 5 worst films of the year. I did not like it. If I see it again, like with tempered expectations, I think I still won't like it. Yeah. Anthony, what about you?
I mean, on the subject of, I guess keeping it with horror, the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I thought or I assumed was going to just be like a bloody mess from top to bottom. And there's not a lot of gore in that movie. A lot of it is just implied. So that would be my pick here. It wasn't ruined. It wasn't bad for that reason. It was actually better in a way because, like Joe mentioned earlier, stuff is left to the imagination, and it becomes all the more awful now because it's just in your head. So that would be one movie I wanted to mention, sort of on that subject.
Okay, all right, good choice. Joe, end this off here.
So, the question is: it like a disappointing horror experience that we?
It could be.
Okay,
go either way, but
I'd pick 2. They're pretty recent. I'd say the latest Candyman and Spiral, because Spiral I thought was gonna get a more 7-esque type of version of the film, less like gore porn and more like grounded. I mean, the horror like in the film 7 with Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman, more like, you know what I mean, just a bit more gritty. And Candyman, the remake, they kind of forgot what made the original good. That makes sense. And the original was great because it made you feel dirty and a bit like claustrophobic and like going through a little mouth in the wall. That was freaking. When this new one, they just completely forgot what made the original great. So I was very disappointed with both of those, big time.
Do you like Candyman, DeRay?
Yeah, I love the first one. The second one, the remake or the requel, whatever you want to call it, didn't love it as much. I need to see it again, actually, too. But I appreciate the film for what it is and all of that. I am excited to see what they do afterwards, if they want to continue that. But I agree with a lot what Joe said. Exactly.
Nice. Nick here says, what's the best horror movie to watch in a packed movie theater? It's crazy, right? Because this question comes with the connotation of like reactions. Yet I feel like one of my most memorable ones was watching A Quiet Place, the first one.
Oh, you read my mind.
Because how quiet everybody was. And that moment in the beginning where the stupid rocket ship toy goes off, and you're like, oh, shut the hell up.
Which movie did you say?
A Quiet Place.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, yeah.
See, and that's a movie where I'd hate to be the one guy like eating popcorn. Candy wrapper. I'm like, I'm really sorry. I gotta eat my chocolate.
Or some thoughts. This one go in the back row. I'm sorry. Thought like Coke.
That would be a horrible theater experience for like a first date. The guy's all the way up in the back trying to smooch, and all you hear is like lip smacking.
Oh,
trying to watch the freaking movie. So that would be mine. What about you, Joe?
I'm going to say the first Paranormal Activity. That was hilarious to watch in a cinema that was packed because me and my friend Marius, who was a chef I used to work with back in my bar days, we went to see it. Cinema was packed, and I think that was like just after Blair Witch kind of kicked off the recorded, like the found footage craze, but it was still original back then. And I remember, like, me and him, like, we're basically like sliding all down each other, like we're like, oh shit, and like a jump, and that's when jump scares were good.
Yeah,
you know, because films like that, you need jump scares, and yeah, that will always be a very memorable experience in the cinema. My lord, why did you switch?
Jace is taking hosting duties for a second while I eat me some food.
Playing Uno. Switch.
So
reverse.
unprofessional. So unprofessional.
No, I feel the only reason I feel bad is because I'm trying to find where you were in the comments.
Where's Dan gone, by the way?
No, and let Anthony, give an answer here.
The Others. Have any of you seen the movie The Others?
Love it.
All right, that was a really fun, unique. What was that?
Who's in it?
Nicole Kidman.
Yes, thank you, Joe. So yeah, Nicole Kidman's in. That's another movie that has some jump scares in it, but they're like legit jump scares. I mean, even if it's just a door closing or
the cupboard scene.
Yeah, a creepy sound. And anything like that. That was a real good experience. There was like the audience was into it, maybe a little too much. Like people were screaming, you know, to the point of being obnoxious. But whatever, it is what it is. There was some teenagers.
Get off me, lady.
I'd end up in my lap. Yeah, so that was
first.
that was a
Derez,
fun experience.
Is there one that you've seen in a theater that you've already had that experience, or that you think would be a good experience to watch with a packed theater?
I haven't been in a packed theater in so long. I've been in the theaters and there's just a few people in there. But I just had one in my head a second ago, as far as me wanting to see it in a theater, which would be really cool just to hear and see everybody's reactions, is Tusk. I don't know if y'all have heard or seen.
Oh
Tusk.
God, that's Justin Long as well, isn't it? Like
Kevin Smith, yeah.
Some people will be sitting there just stunned and in shock, or others will be laughing. Others will be walking out because they don't like it and are confused. It would just be fun to see all those different reactions with that movie.
Yeah. Whichever way it goes, though, people are reacting for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm more curious than ever to see it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've never seen Tusk, but
that seems like a love-hate movie, right? It seems like people either love it or hate it. Is it a cult?
I would say it's like a cult. Yeah.
Well, what it was Kevin Smith. He basically was joking about it, and they said like, "Oh, you should make it into a film." And he was like, "All right," and then he actually got greenlit, and like it's like they managed to get Johnny Depp in there.
Yeah.
And Johnny Depp. He went to like Johnny Depp said, "Look, man, I got this script." And Johnny Depp was like, "I'll do it if I can wear a prosthetic nose."
He's so unrecognizable. I didn't even realize it was him.
I didn't at first. The credits came. I was like, "Whoa, it's Johnny Depp." And but yeah, it's a good film. Good film to watch, but you'll be horrified because practical effects come to the rescue once more.
Yeah, it's good.
We got another answer here from D Movie Man, by the way, saying Orphan for sure. The audience was wilding, but in a good way. Everyone was genuinely shocked and horrified.
Nice.
Okay. I have a hard time. I haven't seen Orphan. I've only heard a lot about it as far as from the group chat and stuff, but I have yet to see it though.
So
have you
good.
been spoiled on it, Jace?
Is the spoil the fact that it's not a kid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah.
Then yes.
What's the deal with the prequel? Didn't they do a prequel or something?
Last week. Came out last week.
Yeah. How was it? Anybody see it?
It's good. It wasn't as good as the first one, but I left feeling good about it. I want more, but yeah, it was good. I don't want to give away too much, I guess, but yeah, it was basically, you know, the first movie remade again with different little elements in it. But I know that kind of sounds negative, but the first film was just so good. I'm glad they kind of did that and kind of replicated it and gave us also, though, a whole new twist. Because in that first movie, you just don't have any idea or inclination that she is a child at all. So that twist is huge and they give us another huge twist in this new film that I also didn't expect. So it's pretty cool.
Well, good
Yeah.
for them in that regard.
Even though you know the twist, I would still recommend it. It's the first movie at least. I haven't completed the second one, but like, so yeah, the twist is a big part of it. So you'll kind of know that's coming. But it's like it's a really well made film. It's everything's well executed. There's a lot of suspense, and there's a few other things in there that are still surprising and shocking.
Yeah,
It's like the Sixth Sense. You know, you might know the ending, but it's definitely still worth watching.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, yeah.
The Sixth Sense is another one that I have yet to see, but yes, unfortunately, it's been ruined for me.
Dang.
I know. Out of all like the classic ones, I feel horrible that I have yet to see that movie. But one of these days.
I'm
You
still
make me sick, sir.
I'm still interested in seeing the new Orphan film, but I just feel it looks really ugly.
No, dude, that's like one of the main things I don't like about the movie is that it was just so fuzzy and blurry. I don't know why. I don't know if maybe they messed up in the beginning of the film with some shooting or something, because it does kind of mellow out toward the end. But overall, it is still just glowy and weird looking. So
Did it take you out at all?
I mean, I thought about it multiple times, but I was just so excited for this movie that I just kept kind of like pushing it aside. But I would recommend it, and I will definitely be watching it again. So there's that.
Nice. We got Brandon chiming in saying that Timothy Chalamet and Tom Holland aren't the same dude. Well, you know, to be fair, that is yet to be proven. So
yes.
They very well could be. They could not be. We don't know. We have to wait until there's a movie that comes out where maybe both of them are together.
No, I'm pretty sure that was a threesome I was in though that night. So
Jeez. Was not expecting Dan to take it there. But
I
folks,
didn't hear
this is what it's
anything.
like to be in the upside.
That's your mistake.
wait,
I blame Brandon for that one. But thank
did
you.
we already do the question about the biggest theater experience in the like,
Go ahead, Dan. Give your answer, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are probably already said, but Hereditary. Hereditary when the thing happens. That was a big moment in my
When the thing happens.
Also another one, maybe this wasn't said, I don't think, but Don't Breathe. The first one, obviously. That one got a big, like when Dylan Minnette's character survived. He survived at first. You thought he was dead. Like when he survived, he was really cheered on that he was gonna go beat him up. And then Get Out, when at the end when you see the sirens and then who really is in the car, that really got people to be excited for it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Nice.
That's good ones. I'm glad that you went back and answered that, Dan. Thank you.
Yes.
Looks like we got a fellow fan of Frances McDormand and Nick.
Oh yeah.
Still, John, be prepared though. As soon as the stream is over, you're gonna have her storming in, being like, "So I come into a skit for you, and then now you can't even decide which is your favorite Frances." Drew is asking us, which horror movie do you like more, an American Werewolf or London, or American Werewolf in London? I'm sorry, or It 2017.
It 2017 by a long shot.
Wow.
And I like American Werewolf in London, but yeah, no, it's one of my favorite movies.
I'm gonna say American Werewolf in London.
Ooh, fight.
No, basically because those prosthetic special effects, in it's clearly animated and CGI. You can tell those scenes when they come on. American Werewolf in London, that transformation scene is still incredible today. And I think American Werewolf in London also set up a lot of films for the future, and it's been copied a lot, many times, like with Idle Hands and Tom Cruise's The Mummy. A lot of elements stolen from that film. And I think it is great, but for me, I love it, but I've got to go with American Werewolf in London.
Okay.
At the Slaughtered Lamb.
I'll throw in real quick that it's been so long since I've seen American Werewolf in London that I would want to watch it again, to be honest with you. The last time I saw it, I was so young that it's like it would be a brand new movie for me. But I do agree that, Joe, you brought up a good point. The transformation scene is very iconic. It's very trend-setting, and it very much paved the way for a lot of stuff to come after it. I feel...
It's funny.
Well,
funny film.
Yeah, absolutely, right? It's a well-executed horror comedy type of thing. But I do feel, in the same regard, if we're going to talk horror comedy and the well-execution of that It 2017 is the same exact thing. it's a perfect blend of, well, I shouldn't say perfect blend. It's maybe more comedy than it is horror. I can't say there was a moment I was ever truly like scared, but I could see where people would be, because Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise is the one thing that I feel like just that's the thing. That is the defining factor that really steals it for me. His performance just still really blows me away. Like, it's the only thing that I find close to Heath Ledger as the Joker, which is funny because they just both happen to be clowns. But, you know, it's one of those where it's such a phenomenally good performance that if you didn't tell me who it was playing him, I don't think I would have been able to guess. And so anyway, that's my kind of elongated way of saying I'd vote for it in this one.
I hate your question of the day, Jace. I hate it with all of my heart.
Oh,
That's funny because now I have no love in my heart for you. So
I didn't know you're from Russia. You
Stick
lied.
it in your pipe and smoke it.
Your mata smells like raspberries.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Anthony, what do you think?
I don't know what to think anymore. I think I feel like off the bat, I'm leaning toward American. It's an interesting comparison. American Werewolf in London, I would probably go with, but it was the remake was really awesome. I'm usually not a big fan of CGI in horror, but in that case, it worked. I thought that it was all well executed and everything looked good. And again, the lead was awesome. Bill Skarsgård was just incredible in that movie. They're two very different movies, though. It's almost like an apples and oranges thing, but I think I would stick with An American Werewolf in London. That's like just such a classic horror, and I'm I guess biased because of all of the wonderful practical effects in that movie. So that would be the one that I would go with. I love comparing those two movies, so that's kind of cool.
Okay, and on that note, real quick, Anthony, follow-up question. Do you like apples or oranges better?
Apples or oranges? You know, I think I'm going to go with American Werewolf in London on that one.
Damn, that's a good answer. All right. I like the reasoning behind it, too. DeRay, what do you think?
My answer will probably be pretty biased, too, because I'm partial to evil clowns and things. And it has been a while since I've seen An American Werewolf in London, too. But, yeah, that movie was just so damn good. I love the hell out of it.
My heart.
Did you guys like the sequel? Just curious, just to throw it in there.
Yeah.
You still like the sequel as well?
Yeah.
Not as
Not
much.
nearly,
That's
not nearly as much, but
yeah,
I liked it.
Yeah, it gets a little too much hate, honestly. The casting was great, right?
Yeah.
That's one thing. They cast the adults like very, very well. Skarsgård still brings it as Pennywise. That's phenomenal. That there was no like decrease in quality as far as his performance. So yeah, exactly. It's not as good, but still very enjoyable. You know, so I'll take it. John, did you throw in what your thoughts were?
No, but I would say it as well.
I'm a loser.
It's okay, Joe.
The Losers Club.
Joe, you still have me.
Yes. My name's Anthony. And you fired. That's a very weird sound.
I would say it 2017, and that's actually another really good answer to the whole packed theater experience, because when I first went to see it in 2017, the theater was packed and the reactions were glorious. I loved the jump scares were so well done, and the loudest reaction that my theater gave was once there's a name for it, but the sewers, but there's a name, I forget the name. And Richie's he's doing this speech about like, and you think he's not gonna help. What's his name? I forget. What's his name?
Georgie?
No, not Georgie. His brother.
Oh, what the hell's his name?
Bill.
Bill. Yeah.
Bill.
Pennywise has Bill, and you think Richie's not gonna help him because of like all they've been through, and like how Bill's kind of obsessing over it, and he's making the speech about like what he's doing wrong and how he's a bad friend, and like you're making me do this, you're making me do that, and now I'm gonna beat the shit out of this clown. And my theater erupted into cheers, and all the kids started beating the crap out of him, and my theater was just going nuts, like if it was an Endgame, dude, like an Endgame showing. I'll always
fantastic.
remember that. I'll always remember that.
That was awesome. I saw it like 6 times in theaters. I loved it.
Dang, okay.
Wow.
Damn. Well, I'll tell you what, on the note of that, I can't help but throw this out there. I got a buddy. Oh, gosh, I feel bad even saying it because I know he's been putting work into it and there's no promised end date. But I got a good buddy of mine who does animation. And for those of you guys that are fellow squad members, you know that I've like to voice Pennywise here and there, right? Or I've done that voice before. And so long story short, he's animating the opening scene of like Georgie and Pennywise. I'm funny enough, I'm voicing both of them because we couldn't get someone to do Georgie. But so yeah, he's animating that scene. I'm very excited for when that happens to come to fruition and then be able to share it with the world. It was a fun thing to do and put together.
That's exciting.
Yeah. It was definitely cool. It's definitely cool. Nick was throwing into here that he'd want a xenomorph to explode out of his chest. I believe this is as far as a way to die within a movie. And oh my gosh, yes.
Without context, that's hilarious.
Yes, it's a lot more interesting out of
That's
context.
a great point, Joe. Yeah, if you didn't know what this is about, be like, wow, Nick, you all right there, bud? No, but otherwise, I think this
It's a kink.
Here's the only issue. So, Nick, I agree with the choice, but the one thing I want to say before I skip on to the next thing here is I would not want to deal with the face hugger latching on to me, though. Holy shit, that is nightmare-inducing.
Yeah.
Is it because like the claustrophobia of it all?
It's mostly because I don't really care for spiders that much, so I don't like the idea of like a spider scorpion-ish like thing like crawling up and then just like latching onto my face and then like plunging something down my throat to ingest an egg into me that or whatever, you know, so...
But when you put it like that, it sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Right? I know. It's a much more pleasant experience. It's over before you know it. It's like the doctor's office where he's like, was it really that bad?
Yeah.
You want a lollipop?
Nick was also throwing in as far as the movie experiences and how those could be. He was throwing in that Hereditary was the one for him. People were doing tongue click noises in the back, and we didn't know if it was the movie or not.
Yeah,
I'm sure that's a reference that if I'd seen the movie, maybe I'd understand.
Yeah, it's what the girl does, and then it's sort of you hear it throughout the film, a little in the background.
Yeah, it's sort of the calling sign of the demon, right?
Yeah, it's like that's like his tick.
Yeah.
It's like what?
Yeah.
Jace, watch it tonight.
If I could manage to get my hands on an A24 film, I would gladly watch it.
Man, when you think about it, like literally that like I'm not gonna say anything, but it's so creepy.
Multiple streaming services, bruh. I've tried between, and I still can't get access to a fucking A24 film. They treat those like it is gold or something, and it's just impossible. Showtime. It's the only way
you
that
could say it's A24 karat gold.
Yeah, I like it.
Stop it. Get some help.
I like that one.
Yeah,
but yeah, I guess Showtime is the only way to access it. So
it'd be worth it to rent it, or it'd be worth it to just get the free trial of Showtime and then cancel.
Awesome. Let me know when you pay for it, and then I'll watch it.
Yeah, I'll do it.
I'm just.
We'll watch it in Orlando.
There we go. I would be more than happy to. I really would. Right? We'll have enough time together. We'll be able to watch multiple movies and stuff. We might as well. Lisa's throwing in her answer. Braveheart, an interesting one, was epic to watch in the cinema in Ireland. The scene where the Irish turned to fight with the Scots had so much cheering. Not a horror movie, I believe, as far as what would be considered, but still like the theater experience there.
I can imagine in real life it was horrifying.
John, we need an answer. We need an answer here. Let's see. We had a couple people that were saying hello. Oh, that was just that IMI Sword saying hi to a couple people because it looks like what do we got here? We had Terrence Miguana.
Miguana.
Sorry for mispronouncing.
It means my iguana.
Hi, all thumbs up, thumbs back, thumbs up.
Oh, it sounds like a Jamaican saying, "Me wanna go down the road now."
Jamaica me crazy, Joe.
Yeah, me gotta go mad.
Dee's throwing in, what's your favorite unhappy ending in a horror film? Mine is Rosemary rocking her baby's cradle and forming an attachment despite the horrifying reveal about his identity.
I have one.
Okay, Dan, go for it. Kick us off.
So either of them, because they're both basically the same. But Funny Games is really a tragic ending. I won't say anything. I don't know if I know it's older, but like basically a lot of people are dead. A lot of people that mean a lot to other people are dead. I don't know. It was really sad. Yeah. What?
You are drunk?
No.
Man, you're such a liar.
No, I'm not.
Oh,
I don't have anything to drink. I'm at my parents' house. I don't even know where they keep their stuff.
You still take your parents' booze?
No.
Grandpa's medicine.
I mean, I can chime in real quick. I love the ending of Hereditary, and that is a very unhappy ending, to say the least. So that's my answer there. What about you?
I have an answer. I'll throw
Anthony.
it real quick. The Mist. The end of The Mist.
Oh yeah, I watched that the other day.
Say that again. I missed it.
The Mist. I'm gonna go with the end with it. It's so. I guess I don't know if it's okay to spoil it or not, but I could easily say it's really tragic, and it's a gut punch ending, and I love it. That's my favorite unhappy ending. I won't spoil it. Ray, you feel the same way?
Yes. Another one I can think of is Thinner. That's a really good one too.
Oh yeah, the Stephen King film.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's great.
What's the ending for that one?
Basically, he's put under a curse where he's just getting thinner and thinner until he dies, but he finally makes a deal with the gypsy, and she's like, all right, we'll feed this pie to somebody else and the curse will be passed on to that person. So to get back at his wife, he attempts to feed it to her, but instead his daughter eats it.
No.
Yeah. Super sad.
My God, I felt so. That just hurt me. And you're just telling me. You're just telling me that. Oh man.
Are you sorry you asked?
I feel it every time.
A little.
John, when Anthony said his thing, because it was The Mist, and then I thought you were joking because you said, "Wait, can you say that again? I missed that." I thought you were.
Oh no, I really missed it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen The Mist, but I know the ending already. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's really hard to keep endings like that under wraps.
Yeah.
It's hard
Looks
to keep
like we
anything under
agree
wraps
with you.
nowadays. You hit Twitter and just like the latest TV episode is spoiled for you right next line of an article or
I would
a post
say
or whatever.
I think for me it'd be films like Sinister. Had a good little bad ending. Drag Me to Hell.
Oh yeah, Drag Me to Hell.
Hereditary. There's a film called Skeleton Key which came out about 15 years ago.
I saw it.
Pretty good. But there's a film on Netflix which is so underrated. I want to do a video on it. It's called Would You Rather.
Yes.
And I love that ending. That's every. You know what? It's such a guilty pleasure film. It's not bad. It's not great, but you would enjoy it. It's just a nice little film.
I love it. I did a review on it, and I put it on one of my videos for most underrated movies. So good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No one really knows about it, but it's such a fun little film. It's got a few known actors that you'd recognize, but it's not like it's not great, but it's not bad. You know what I mean? It's one of those little just float by. I recommend everyone watch it.
Yeah, I liked it.
Nice.
If I were to throw one in, I don't know if it's my favorite unhappy ending. It's just kind of like one of the first ones that can come to my mind. But Shutter Island. It's just, only because I feel like the twist in that movie, I never saw that coming from the first time I said that always stands out. But it's the ending in particular that it's just, well, it's an unhappy ending. It's obviously not something pleasant whatsoever, and it's sad. Like I guess I don't like it because you feel horrible for like what's going on, but at the same time, leaves such a shocking factor that I guess I enjoy that. So that would be my answer for this. Was there anyone that didn't answer?
And The Strangers.
Oh, I love the motive for The Strangers.
That's a creepy line. Because we wanted to. What was the line? Like, because we wanted to, because we.
No, because you were home.
Because you were home. So creepy.
Oof.
You were there?
Talk about being based in reality. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Do you ever have those conversations with like your friend or your partner where you think you watch a film and you will say, do you think that's happened in real life? And I always say, it's got to have happened once, which is horrifying to even think about. Like, not like Alien or Predator, but films like Hostel. Like, for that, like, you'd hope it doesn't happen, but I can't see it not happening at least once. You know what I mean? It's creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Terrence was throwing in that 7 comes to mind as far as choices for an answer to that.
Yeah.
Which, nice. I definitely think, good
Yeah,
answer.
what's in the box?
Strange Monkey Reviews. What's going on? Also, they came in and said this is so nice as far as, in case you didn't know, the Cinema Squad is awesome and rainbowFRIGHT is awesome. Thank you for sharing the positivity and the kind words. And you know what, Strange Monkey Reviews? You're awesome.
I love his logo as well. Everyone's changed him.
Was that a different look? Yeah,
he had a different one before. That's
I think it had more color on the other one. This one's more just red.
Yeah, the red black. Yeah, it looks good.
Gotcha. Brandon was throwing in his opinion from earlier. These days, documentaries can be horror. It's horror, although. Oh wait, wasn't this thrown in before?
I was gonna say.
Yeah. Okay. Well, fun. Then maybe this was another comment as far as that. I don't know. Anyway. Drew was throwing in Chadwick Boseman as Black Panther is amazing, but for me, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine and Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man, extremely iconic, but Chadwick was amazing as the character. So as far as kind of, I guess, saying his ranking of where Chadwick stands from when we were going over that earlier, appreciate the perspective, Drew. D's throwing in circling back to DeRay's experience with disrespectfully under-seasoned chicken at the Stanley. Name a time where you had a frightening food experience at a restaurant and or movie theater. Wow.
I'm assuming that's something I missed. Was that a story?
No, I did my Stanley Hotel video, and after I did my little tour of the hotel, I went next door to the restaurant and had a fried chicken sandwich, and I mentioned how bland the chicken was, the fried chicken in my video. But yeah.
I can think of one straight away.
Yeah.
I think when I was about 9 years old, I went to a friend's birthday party. And there's a place in London called London Dungeons, and essentially it's like a spooky museum about all the terrible things that have happened in England's past, like Jack the Ripper, the French Revolution, all the Sweeney Todds, the plague. But it's all done spookily and stuff. And I went there with my friends, and they had a Pizza Hut, so we knew we were going to go around. It was great because we're kids, horror, we're loving it. It's really scary. And we went to the Pizza Hut, but they've changed it now, thankfully. But back then, they hadn't. So we went to Pizza Hut, but in the middle of everyone's table was a severed head, and it was like a severed head in the middle of everyone's table, and we all had margarita pizzas, and the entrails that were coming out of their neck looked like the pizza. And none of us could eat it because every time we pulled the cheese away from the pizza, it looked like the entrails coming out the neck. So that all these pizzas didn't get touched because all us kids just felt sick.
Yeah.
From looking at these, it was like that scene from Indiana Jones. You know the thing that never hit the drink out of.
Yeah.
They all looked like that, but it was like all stuff coming out of them, and we couldn't eat. It just made us feel sick.
Oh my.
Come to London for all your eating pleasures.
I believe I mentioned this in a past stream, but Popeyes.
It's a shiznick.
You have Popeyes over there, Joe?
No, but I just noted from Little Nicky. But Popeyes is a shiznick. That's what I know.
It made me shiznits, you know. I had Popeyes. It was years back. I haven't really had it since. It was the Surf and Turf box, which is a mixture of their fried chickens and their fried seafood with fries, and it gave me food poisoning.
Yeah,
it gave me bad food poisoning. I spent that night only really napping in 20 to 30-minute intervals and just throwing up.
That's terrible.
Yeah, and there was a point where I had nothing left in my stomach, so I would start throwing up acid, my stomach acid.
Yeah.
And so my mouth was all burnt up because I was just throwing up the stomach acid, and I just kept having to throw up. It was horrible. So yeah, I hate Popeyes. It is not the
You still go
shitness.
there?
I
Or will you
love
put off the life?
best chicken sandwich.
I know, I love Popeyes. Anyway, that's pretty much my story. I don't have like a cool story like Joe's with the severed heads or anything. Mine's is just going to be a food. It's similar. It's just going to be a
Without
food
context, that sounds terrible.
Joe always has severed heads in his story. No, I don't know. It was just
Shitty underwear.
Food poisoning is the worst because it's like you miss work, you miss everything. You're just done for days. It was worse than COVID, I think. I think it was. I really do think it was, but that would be my terrible story.
Can I ask you one question, guys? Why do you call it a chicken sandwich when we call it a chicken burger?
Because you're wrong. Why would you call it a burger? A burger is with beef.
It comes in a bun.
The burgers are beef.
No fucking what?
A sandwich comes with bread.
To call it a burger?
Like if sandwich is made with bread, then why does a chicken sandwich come in a bun? Should it be a chicken roll?
Other things that come in a bun and are not a
Hot
burger.
dogs, hogies, Philly cheese.
But hot dogs come in a roll.
Sure, a roll. The bun, though, the hot dog bun for us.
Don't you call? Sorry.
Go ahead. No, I was done.
Go ahead. Don't you call
the British are coming?
Don't you call cookies biscuits?
We call then you call like cookies biscuits.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, like we call biscuits like.
He's
biscuits.
drunk. Joe is drunk.
I'm not. I'm so confused. I just want some closure on this.
Joe, I'm just curious.
Every
Then,
day.
what's your definition of a burger, Joe?
A burger is something that comes in a bun. Like a vegan burger comes in a bun.
So are you
as long
trying
as it
to
comes
say?
in like a burger bun, it's a burger.
But are you trying to say it does not matter what's in between the bun, just as long as it's a bun
Yeah,
involved?
literally, like if you go to like a McDonald's, like there's a chicken fillet burger, there's a chicken beef burger.
I go both ways. Yeah, you can have a salmon burger. You can call it that, but typically.
But even a salmon burger is the salmon meat morphed into a patty in the shape of a burger. Like it's meat involved.
It's like
you know
you
what I
don't
mean?
put rice and chicken into a bowl and call it cereal.
Well, even chicken, we just
That
wouldn't
is
say
such
chicken
an
burger.
abstract-
We would just say chicken sandwich.
Like trying to how the fuck could you compare that? What?
It's cereal soup.
It's cereal.
What is Gamora?
I feel bad.
This is conversation horror.
I feel bad.
It's this conversation horror for the people listening. Yes.
Yes. Horror for the people.
Okay, I'm sorry to take. I'm gonna be quiet now. I'm gonna be quiet.
And on that note, we are on to Drew's next question here, which is, what's an upcoming movie that you think is going to be terrible? His pick is the upcoming Barbie movie.
Way.
It has a great cast. To him, it sounds like a cash grab.
I disagree with that, man. I can't wait for that film. That's my film of the year. Can't wait for that.
You know what pisses me off though? Is that they already openly announced that they are refusing to use the song "I'm a Barbie girl." I'm so. How do you not use that song?
If ever there was a reason.
I'm gonna die.
There might be a remix version of it, not the actual singers, but maybe like a different version of it.
Yeah.
We lost her.
We lost her.
No, she said she'll be right back.
She'll be right back.
She BRB.
You don't say that. You don't say that.
She BRB.
I am
BRB. Barbie. BRB.
That you think? Wait. So an upcoming movie you think is gonna be terrible?
Something that's gonna be terrible for sure. Jeez,
Any Sony film about a Spider-Man villain.
Oh, Monsters, right?
Oh, good one, Anthony.
Monsters looks, but what's happening there? Is it supposed to be bad? What are we going for with that?
Wait, what, Anthony? What was your pick? I'm sorry, I lost it there.
I said Monsters, the Rob Zombie.
Oh God! I watched the trailer. That's terrible trailer.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's actually a really good. Aside from superhero stuff, Anthony, that's a really good pick actually, because I didn't really know what to expect until you guys kept mentioning the trailer. So yeah, I watched the trailer and I was like, I mean, they're serious with this?
Yeah,
like it reminded me of like 90s television. Like it really gave me a vibe like you would see it play after an episode of the Beetleborgs on Nicktoons, or not Nicktoon, on Nickelodeon back in the 90s.
Well, it looks. Someone said it looks like porn without the porn.
Yeah. In which case, what's the point? But even the editing, right, in there, like, because we all do editing, like with YouTube videos, like some of the texts and stuff that we'll use and the transitions.
I know.
It feels like, actually, I think some of us have done a better job with our edits than
yeah.
I hate to say it, you know. But again,
Yeah,
I don't know.
right.
Maybe that's just what they're going for. If so, why?
Yeah, exactly. It surprises me that that's what Rob Zombie would be going for.
Yeah, I agree.
There were a lot of people who were like, they were wondering, is this a joke? Is it a joke? And then we're waiting on the real trailer. But if it's a joke, it's a long joke. We're waiting on the punchline.
And it's a horrible joke.
The Addams Family looks good though. Wednesday.
I haven't seen that yet. Is there a teaser or a trailer?
The trailer for that. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I agree that the trailer looks good.
Yeah.
And we got the Ray back.
What's up?
Hey, we were just talking about how awesome the new Monsters trailer is.
Oh yeah.
We can't wait.
I mean, I like Rob Zombie, but I'm kind of on the fence about it. It's kind of, I don't know, kind of looks interesting. We'll have to see. I don't know.
Dre, I gotta say, this is a really interesting question. Do you happen to have one that fits in this category for you? So an upcoming movie that you think is going to be horrible, basically?
Honestly, I'm an optimist when it comes to movies. I don't like to think anything is going to be bad. I don't have anything on top of my head that I would just assume is going to be bad. A lot of times if I'm thinking that it's a sequel, but I used to be really harsh on sequels and prequels back in the day, but I've since come around to just give them chances because so many have been really great. But yeah, nothing I can think of that makes me think like, yeah, that's not going to be good.
Anything like that, because instead of maybe wondering if it's going to be bad, right? But anything that you've seen, like a trailer that you've seen that you don't like?
I really do avoid trailers as much as possible, to be honest. Yeah.
Is there a reason?
Because they spoil everything. They give away so many big things in the movie. It's crazy. Even some teasers do, and it's like a little mini movie in 2.5 minutes. It's ridiculous.
So you like to go into it with just like a blank slate, ideally.
Yeah, I like to know the genre kind of, and I see a couple of stills and kind of get the feel for that and who's in it, what they've done in the past. That kind of gets me excited.
Especially with horror trailers.
Oh yeah.
They give away everything.
The invitation gives away the whole movie.
Yeah,
I've seen the trailer for it, and I haven't even seen the movie. I respect that. I will say when it comes to trailers, it doesn't really bother me as much when a trailer shows the whole movie because I'm so big on execution over everything. So if a trailer does show me the biggest plot points of a film, like, yeah, it's annoying. It's real annoying. But I'm still going to judge the movie for its own merits. Mm-hmm. So even though the trailers showed everything, if the movie's still shit, it's shit. If the movie's great, it's great. So that's why I like with trailers, I watch them. I watch them, and it doesn't bother me whether they show a lot or not. Yeah, it's all about its own merit.
So many people don't mind trailers and actually ask for them. They're like, no, I want to know, so I'm not that, scared. Especially with horror movies. They want to feel a little bit at ease with that knowledge too. So that's totally cool too.
Yeah,
definitely. Brandon was throwing in, as far as from the Cloverfield discussion, I liked Cloverfield Paradox real quick because there's another comment here that connects to this kind of. It was interesting. It was unique.
Was that another one? Or was that not supposed to be a Cloverfield movie too? Was that the story there? Because I could have sworn it was. Like it was going to be something else, and then they gave it the Cloverfield name? Or am I thinking?
Okay, that's a good point. I believe that was supposed to be something else initially. I believe. And then, yes, they kind of threw Cloverfield into the mix, but I think they did a lot of reworking with that one in particular to make it more of a Cloverfield one. Cloverfield Paradox was supposed to be the movie that explained why Cloverfield and 10 Cloverfield Lane did not take place in the same world or universe, right? It was supposed to explain that there's like now monsters and stuff popping up in different dimensions and almost like a multiverse type thing, if you will, before there was really the multiverse brought into play from the superhero stuff. And it was, again, unique for sure. And then it just kind of bleeds into this. Nick was saying in the whole Cloverfield conversation that he loves Cloverfield 10 Cloverfield Lane. I'm sorry. Hope they keep slapping Cloverfield on great scripts so they get financed. It's a cool way to use the franchise. I'm just, for what it's worth, I'm not against it whatsoever. I do like the concept. I'm down for the Cloververse kind of, because it seems like intriguing concepts there. But I wish they would have My only issue from before, to kind of clarify very briefly, is I wish they would have announced beforehand that it was not a connected part, that this was supposed to be like an anthology series, if you will, as opposed to kind of building up hope and working on the title that, you know, like, hey, people are going to hear that title and go see it because they think it's going to be part of this. Just let us know from the get-go that it's not. And honestly, I would have respected it more. But I don't know. Any other general thoughts on the Cloververse before I move forward?
I agree with you. We just said that.
Fair enough. I love the name here, Electronic Notary Stamp. I agree with DeRay on Candyman. That is such a great name.
Hi, Diana.
Props, Diana, on the choice of names there. I like it. Just realized Lisa's saying I answered the best movie to watch in a theater and didn't see the word horror. Sorry. Don't you dare apologize, Lisa. But since you did, we immediately forgive you.
Lisa, how could you?
D's thrown in, what is one of your favorite horror movie quotes? His is, I am the writing on the wall, the whisper in the classroom. Without these things, I am nothing. So now I must shed innocent blood.
So
I feel bad. I don't know what that's from.
no, that's what I'm gonna say. Trivia.
Candyman, right?
Candyman.
It's Candyman. That's a great quote.
Okay.
Oh, does he say it in like a deep, like, I am the
He's like,
writing
I am the writing on the wall.
Yeah.
In the classroom. Without these things, I am
I'd
nothing.
probably say mine's Jason. You know, play it again, Sam. I'm mainly Jason.
I'm out of it right now.
No,
John, are you drunk?
You're right.
No, I got a baby. I can't be drunk, man.
John's in space, man. All that lack of oxygen's getting to him.
I had to find a way to log into the Cinema Squad page because I just put a poll in the chat if it's chicken burger or chicken sandwich.
Oh, here we go.
We're gonna get all the people from the UK.
Wait.
Everyone from
I'm
the UK
jumping
is gonna
into
say
the
one
chat
thing,
fans.
and
If I'm not represented, I'm moving to Uganda. Okay.
Out of all places.
as long as you can still
I
stream
spun
from
the
there.
globe earlier today, and I went, okay. So,
So did we all answer this one?
I have one quote I'll add. In Freddy's Revenge, it's a Nightmare on Elm Street 2. He says, "You're all my children now." I love that line. It's such an awesome little moment. That would be my pick.
I've got two, and it's one of them is from Dream Warriors. Welcome to prime time, bitch. And I'd probably say probably from the It films. You know, the whole dialogue with Georgie in the sewer. That's so quotable, that entire scene. So I picked that.
What about the classic Freddy versus Jason line? Dark meat.
Oh no.
Just kidding. I'm playing.
The thing is,
the Ray's face.
It hasn't aged well, but then Freddy Krueger's not a nice person. You know what I mean? So like you can accept it from him, but if it was like somebody else, you'd be like, oh no. You know what's funny? A lot of people took had problems with that line, but not the fact he killed small children in his basement. You know what I mean? It's like perspective, people. Perspective.
Yeah, it's like when people were mad that in Halloween Kills, Michael killed all the firemen. They were mad that he killed firemen.
Yeah.
Because they were firemen. And I'm like...
Not that poor old couple that had that smash into the window and she was stabbed with every flipping knife going.
Nobody cares about old people. Have you not seen X?
But definitely not in the UK.
No, that's a good point. That was horrible. DeRay, since you did not like John's answer clearly, do you have a better answer of your own?
One that sticks out at the top of my head is Poltergeist. They're here. That one.
Here. Oh, his house.
Yeah.
Clear.
Love it.
I agree very much with the Pennywise one as far as just it's not like it's just the first one that can come to my head. So I don't know if it's like my favorite one ever, but I do like the part where Georgie is saying like I'm not allowed to talk to strangers, and then Pennywise explains just like he kind of does the introduction. It's like, you know, oh hey Georgie, I'm Pennywise. Now we aren't strangers, are we? It's great. I love that part.
It's awesome little moment. Yeah.
Love that part. But that whole scene has just been.
If you hang up the phone, I'll gut you like a fish. You understand?
I've got one.
I like
Lieutenant Dan, ice cream.
Actually, now, John, since you said that one, I'm surprised that nobody said the "What's your favorite scary movie?"
Oh
Yeah. I was gonna say Jigsaw. Live or die, make your choice.
Yeah.
Oh, not
Yeah, that's
not.
great.
Do you
That's
want to play a
great.
game?
Oh yeah. Do you want to play a game? Yeah.
No, do you? Do you want to? No.
I want to play a game.
Nobody can
No.
play
Now
games
I think back to what we were talking about earlier, and if Dan ever heard like, "Do you want to play a game?" He'd be like, "Yes, this is the way I wanted to go out. Yes." Let's see. We got a question for DeRay. rainbowFRIGHT, what is your background on film? You always know so much about the behind the scenes process, which I love the behind the scenes stuff. So I'm super curious about this here.
Yeah, so this is Diana, my mother-in-law, actually. So she's asking, but yeah, I went in art school in high school, and then my major when I was 16, junior, was cinema. And after I started cinema, I just fell in love with it because before I had ideas of maybe being a lawyer, even a dentist or whatever. I had all kinds of ideas, but when I quit playing the trumpet and switched to cinema, I knew film was going to be what I was going to do forever. And so then after that, I majored in film in college. I've just been kind of doing it ever since. Like I've worked on different various sets for short films, commercials, or a couple of feature films, being my own music videos and other short movies and stuff. I've just always loved filmmaking.
Nice.
Love that.
Yeah.
That's always really cool. Just because of the fact that, well, if you can't tell, you're with a group of people who feel the same way about that kind of stuff. So it's always nice to find someone else that has like similar passions with that and everything. Is there anything that kind of like inspired that in the first place? Was there maybe like a certain project that really made you feel that way, or what provoked that?
It was literally my very first project in that cinema class, which was literally just a stop motion animation where I did like figures and things, and just watching it. I was terrible draw. Like I still can't draw for anything, but just having this idea, drawing it out, and then doing the whole, I forget what the machine was back then, but doing the whole animation thing just was a rewarding experience.
I did a college animation, learning about Harryhausen and stuff like that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, love that.
Do either of you still have any of that work? Just curious.
Oh, it got corrupted on my old PC. Lost it all. That's it.
I had it for so long. I had a VHS full of stuff and a couple of mini DVs full of my work. And I've moved around just so much in my life that just keeps getting lost in the shuffle. So, yeah, unfortunately.
Lost in the reel, you could say.
Oh, shout out to Shawn.
That'd have been a great segue.
That
if
would
he
have
disappeared.
Oh gosh, yeah. If he was here, it would have been like, speaking of which, boom. Whenever we have an introduction like that, by the way, Joe, I always picture you with the horse, the no. When you did the thing with it.
That was a good day downloading that.
That was. You got to bring that back, man. You got to bring that back.
I will.
We got Nick thrown in with his favorite quote here. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Winnie the Pooh. I like it.
I always wonder how he did that.
Even in She-Hulk, she made a reference. I don't know if you guys noticed. In She-Hulk, she made a reference to it when she was going to go into the boss. Yeah.
Which was one of the few parts I appreciated.
Yeah.
Emphasis on few parts I appreciated. Lisa was saying, favorite movie quotes, The Rain. Sometimes it give me the blues. When you first came here, I only loved the writer part of Paul. Sheldon. Now I know I love the rest of him too.
Oh, from Misery.
Misery.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm glad that someone knew that because I'm glad that I could read it and then pass it off to because otherwise I was gonna be like, all right, no comment, let's go. But thank you, Lisa. Thank you. And speaking of that, Lisa's also got, are there any movies that you wouldn't watch with your significant other or family? What a good question, Lisa.
I love it. I like that.
I'm super curious here because I'm trying to think. I mean, quite a few probably.
Titan, I would not watch with anyone.
Titan's a good one.
I would say that and probably X.
X, yeah.
Because it's funny. You can watch someone be murdered with your family, but you can't watch them have sex in front of your family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like one's natural, one's unnatural, but you know, you have to go down that road.
It's always an awkward moment and side eyes whenever I'm watching a movie with my wife and there's a nude scene. Yeah, she side eyes me because like she knows like I'm not really paying attention to the story at that point. I mean, if the camera's on it, like what am I gonna look at? I'm not doing anything wrong. Like the camera's on. I'm not like the camera's on the body. It's not anywhere else. It's not focused on anything else. So
Is it because you paused it? That was the problem.
I paused it and took my pants off. What's wrong with that? No. But it's always an awkward moment like, when out of nowhere a beautiful actress just has a topless scene and then she just side eyes me and I'm like I'm watching the movie.
But you gotta preface with beautiful, bro. Like, come on, I mean, when a beautiful actress just
you know what? I'll take away that preface, right? Well, to an extent, because I saw like Good Luck Leo Grand, and Emma Thompson has a full nude scene in that movie, and I still got side-eyed.
Oh wow!
You know, John,
I was gonna say you won't get side-eyed in 3,000 Years of Longing, but because there is a nude thing in there. But
oh yeah,
you will then.
You're not gonna make it.
To you, like, don't get a hard on over Nanny McPhee. Don't you dare!
How is it watching all those 50 Shades movies with her? Then isn't that what that's all about?
50 Shades of Grey, literally.
I think she knew she knew that I was in so much suffering. It was okay.
Okay. As long as you're suffering, that's what counts.
Yeah.
You guys are never gonna make it through Game of Thrones. Then, in that case,
oh god, the first 3 seasons don't joke.
I've heard. Yeah.
No, just John. Make sure if you do watch Game of Thrones that you side eye Frances every time a penis shows up, and then everything's all good.
No, I'll just go right in her face. Like, are you looking at that penis?
John, why are you pausing it again?
You know what's weird though is, and this is probably the only thing, and I'm saying this and I feel bad because I'm giving Frances a part of her argument here, but the difference is, and even in Game of Thrones or basically anything else, is when they do the full frontal male nudity, is it's never actually their package. Like, I don't know, as far as it's never their real junk that's being shown, but they never put prosthetic tits, if you will, on as far as on like a female. It's just they actually, I always wonder kind of why that's the case, which don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say like I want it one way or the other. I'm just wondering why that's always been a thing as far as
maybe because they're not really well hung down there. You know?
No, oh gosh, yeah, I imagine that's a huge part of it, you know, like, but yeah, it's kind of, but like in some scenes or whatever,
it's like cold in the north, you know.
So no, but like Game of Thrones, for example, is a good example where why would it matter? Like there's times in Game of Thrones where they showcase stuff where it's like, yo, they're not trying to show like that every guy is well endowed. So it's like, then what the fuck? Why do you got to put some prosthetic stuff on? You know what I mean? Like if you play fair, make it a 2-way street here. Like I don't know.
Jace, I know
you're telling me whole door wasn't real.
There's this weird.
Cersei walking naked was a body double. I know that's not the same thing.
Really?
Yeah, but no, and true. So that's fair. That's totally fair. But even then, right? It's a body double. So the point is the body double, that was her real body, whoever that body double was, you know. So like it still kind of stands to the point of like, I mean, then get a male double. You'll get a fucking porn. If you want a big dick, get a porn star to come in here and like film his body, right? And then just put the actor's head on there and call it a day.
Have you seen Nymphomaniac? You ever seen Nymphomaniac?
No, I haven't. But it's on Prime now. I want to watch it.
It is, yeah. All the sex scenes in Nymphomaniac are all filmed by porn stars, but everything that's not about sex, it's actors like Shia LaBeouf and Stellan Skarsgård and all that.
Oh, is that the one where Shia LaBeouf was trying to say he's like, no, I really had sex in this movie?
Maybe, but he did not. He did not though.
Okay.
Yeah, it's weird. For some reason, there's this weird connotation in films that you show female nudity, it's rated R. You show male nudity, that's like taboo.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's an NC-17 rating right there. That's weird.
Yeah,
Weird.
weird. It's
Oh,
the
yeah,
double
that's a-
standard for
that's
sure.
the balls for me, if I'm honest.
On a completely related note, which Universal monster do you like more, Dracula or the Wolfman?
Dracula, probably.
The
Okay.
Wolfman.
See, because now we're all imagining them naked.
Dracula.
Okay, so Anthony, which one has a better dick then?
Dracula, I
hey,
guess. Dracula.
What-
We'll go with
how's it going, everybody? This is Fever Dreamland Theater. This is my top 10 monster dicks.
the follow up to the other.
Yeah, to the dick ripping.
Yeah.
What's going on, everyone? We're gonna skip today's dick ripping because we're gonna talk about Universal monsters and their dicks instead. No ripping this time. But Dracula and Wolfman, which one's better? It's a pretty tough competition. All right, everybody, be well.
Exactly.
You see what I got to put up with.
Yeah, this is a regular thing.
I think Dracula. My answer is Dracula here.
Dracula for me.
Have you
Dracula
guys
for
seen
me,
these? Yeah. Have you guys seen these original ones? These original Universal monster movies?
I have back in the day.
Dracula back in the day.
Been a little while.
Yeah. It's.
I've seen some
I
of
don't
it.
think. I don't think any of them hold up. Unfortunately.
Oh, I mean, they're a part of their time, but you don't find like a certain charm to it or anything like that.
No,
It's like
no,
Jason and the
I don't.
Argonauts, though. You know, like Jason and the Argonauts is a great film, and obviously looks dated by today's standards, but still, I think it's still a great film. You know, what I mean, with the effects they had back then.
I like it. Nice. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate you.
Sorry, darling.
All right, another maybe more in-depth one here. Who do you think is the worst actor cast as a superhero? For me, Halle Berry as Catwoman. She makes Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider look better by comparison. I feel bad because I know, DeRay, this maybe not be the best one for yourself. So I'm going to actually say for anyone that wants to do a superhero one, go for it. But maybe for DeRay, if you'd like to a little bit of a switch up on this, who do you think is maybe the worst actor cast as a like kind of iconic horror villain, if you think?
Ooh.
Horror villain.
I want that one.
Yeah, no, whoever wants to take whichever one, go for it.
Yeah, come back to me.
Yeah, I'm thinking as well.
Oh my God. Okay. It's worst, right? Because of the execution, not necessarily the portrayal. But while I think Jackie Earle Haley's portrayal of Freddy could have been something different and refreshing, the ingredients were there, man, for something new and good. But that movie,
yeah, it sucked.
Yeah. So like, unfortunately, it's like he was cast in that role. It's like wrong place, wrong time. Because I think Jackie Earle Haley could have been a good Freddy.
Yeah, I think it's.
This is an interesting question.
I always default to Schwarzenegger from the Batman movie. You know, and I know that he's a villain, fair enough, but I always default to that. And I love Schwarzenegger. It's just not there, not as Iceman. So that would be my answer.
Iceman.
I want to say something very obscure, not
Mr.
horror,
Freeze,
but Jafar from the recent Aladdin.
Mr. Softy.
Mr. Softy? New York.
Wait, hold on. What,
From
Joe,
New
what was that?
Jafar.
No, I was saying Jafar from the live action Aladdin film.
You're close.
Yes, that was a horrible casting.
Yeah, like just didn't have the same. Yeah,
He wasn't
it
intimidating.
very
Yeah.
At all. At no part of me believed even slightly that was Jafar.
Yeah. That's a good one.
I do
It's a
agree with
good
the one that's in the
one.
comment here, just to throw in real quick. Halle Berry is Catwoman, but here's the only issue. So I don't really have an issue with like Halle Berry at all, and the movie itself was terrible. But it's this, what like how we were saying, it's the execution of everything. Halle Berry wasn't even playing Selena Kyle. Halle Berry was playing a character that actually had cat powers, as whatever the fuck you would consider a cat power. But like, as opposed
Pooping
to
in a
Catwoman,
box.
who, as opposed to Catwoman, who's not any super powered being, she's just like Batman, right? As far as dresses up in a cat-like outfit, but just a regular person. So that is, I think, one of the worst castings possibly overall. There's probably also maybe Jared Leto as the Joker. I'm sorry, I can't help but throw it in there. Yeah, I know. I just overall, but I won't go into too much depth about it. But yeah, I don't know. Any other good ones?
Got one, DeRay?
Trying to think and look something up, because if something's bad and I don't like it, it usually leaves my brain pretty quickly, unless it was just absolutely horrific or if I was really looking forward to it. I'm trying to think. I'll come up with something.
Yeah. What was that, Joe?
Robbie. I'm just being an idiot.
Margot Robbie?
Oh no, you're gonna get married, man. Be careful.
Joe, and you're the one that brought it up.
I didn't say anything.
You just said Margot Robbie.
I didn't say anything about her being beautiful and stuff.
Where is Anthony right now?
She's in bed.
They said Anthony. Where's Anthony right now? Airdrop me your location.
Nah, she's asleep by now.
Well, in the meantime, while we're thinking of some stuff, right? While everyone's pondering some answers, right? Real quick. Burgers or beef? Hot dogs come in a bun. Stop. Burger, bun. Hold on. It keeps going. A sandwich is something between two slices of bread. All right, so we're getting some clarity here. I just wanted to throw that out there real quick. Just some clarity. Also, Brandon was throwing in, excited for Barbie. Not using the song is an absolute miss. Thank you. In the meantime, though. All right.
That melon's like fascinating to me. I don't know what it is.
That's his production company logo. It's Treasury Melon is the name of it. He came up with that back when he was in high school or college.
It reminds me of Yoshi from Super Mario.
Do it.
Like, Yoshi from eats the melons.
Yeah.
Really,
Just
Joe?
me, then.
Anyway, I don't know where that came from, Joe. What the hell?
I'm sorry. What did you say, Joe? I don't think I understood you.
You know what? Let's just move on from me. I'm not a big deal. I'm irrelevant.
DeRay, let's reel it back a little bit here. So this is your husband's production company from back in high school.
In college too, a little bit. Yeah, he actually it's a production company mostly, but he also branched out into other things and was just kind of running his own business, hiring his friends and other people just to do various things, mostly film work. But yeah, his passion is also film, even though he's not doing any of that right now. But hopefully in the future, once my channel grows, he can get back into the mix of, being behind the camera. Yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, John, also as maybe some other answers are being pondered, I wanted to throw this out there because this was just some recommendations from Brandon. When the nude scenes come up, you could just say, gross, they should have cast you in this scene.
There you go.
Tell me that wouldn't save you every time, John.
Dude, I've been watching Modern Family, so this reminds me of Gloria, which is Sofia Vergara's character. She sees right through that BS, and so Francis will too.
Especially if it's a dude on the TV.
Well, he's also clarifying because packages are not great looking on film. I mean, it's
Amazon.
Is there actually a written rule for this?
I don't know. That's the thing. That's the only reason. I don't have a huge preference on it, right? I could fucking care less, or I could not care less is the proper way to say it. But at the same time, it's just kind of funny because it's like I just don't get what the big deal is, right? It's like even if they do or they don't, like, could you say the same about every single thing as far as a female counterpart, where it's like
I think what it is, Jace, is that like male genitalia is kind of aggressive. Why didn't he cut it down? As soon as I said that.
Male genitalia is aggressive. Damn.
You know what I mean? Like a woman's body is more beautiful. It's more like.
But that's your perception, though.
What are you trying to
Who's
say?
Who's to say that people don't feel the exact opposite?
Like the thing is, a beautiful woman's body, nice, but like this, you like.
No, but again, that's your perception.
Yeah,
you know what's funny is there might be people that actually want that.
Dan, what do you think?
Dan, like.
And now would be when we do the close up. This would.
Exactly, Anthony. Exactly.
Who's producing this now?
time.
Hi, Ray.
I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm really struggling with this answer here.
Oh,
You're
don't apologize. It's fine.
No, believe it. Trust me when I tell you that I understand, because thinking of stuff on the spot a lot of times is just one of the most, like, it can potentially be a very frustrating thing, right? Sometimes when something comes to you, then it's like, oh, great, whatever, because I have an answer, I feel comfortable. But I've been in that exact position where it's like, I know I have like something I could say to this, but I just don't know what. It reminds me of, like, all year long, you'll talk about different conversations about, like, what you may want for Christmas, right? But then at the very tail end of the year, someone's like, hey, what do you want for Christmas? And you're like, fuck, I don't know.
Yeah.
Nunchucks.
Squirrel nunchucks.
Some squirrels.
Nick was throwing in just a little bit ago as far as Gotta Go Squad Fun Stream. Thank you, Nick, for stopping by.
Nick.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
Let's do it live. Nick, Scream 2, baby. Scream 2.
I want to see it. I want to see Man of Movies back on more YouTube stuff. Speaking of which, John, is there any no pressure, but any update on any other potential YouTube channels that you may or may not be a part of at some point in time?
No update.
Fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
Jace, is there any hint that you can give us about a YouTube channel that you might be a part of?
Yes, a little bit. A lot of work has been put into that one. I've been trying to keep quiet as much as I can about it, but I mean, a lot of work has been put into that one. So there is an upcoming channel which is completely different than probably anybody would be expecting. So for anyone who enjoys, like, the material that we've been doing, this might be a very vast, different change. So, you know, if it's for you, great. I appreciate it. If not, I completely understand. But there is an upcoming channel with me and my nieces. I have twin nieces that are absolutely adorable. That we're going to be putting together. It's a channel that involves, I mean, a variety of things, but it's mainly focused on actually just tasting, like, unique different things that maybe you'd never heard of, or different combinations of stuff, or whatever. It's a lot of fun stuff. And essentially that's all it is me and them having a lot of fun together. But we've decided to go ahead and put it together and make videos out of it and make it into a channel. So when that actually comes to fruition, right, in full existence, which very well is going to be sooner than later, I assure you of that, I will give a much more full update. But in the meantime, I'll just say be on the lookout for it and appreciate any support in advance.
Awesome. Very cool.
Nice.
Looking forward to it. But as back to as far as comments here, it looks like Drew was thrown in. Would it be cool if a team of supervillains between Doc Ock, Green Goblin, Dr. Doom, Bullseye, and Blackheart? This is, wow, very specific. Very specific.
Sure, next.
Not really.
I'm just kidding. I'm playing, Drew. It would be cool. It would be
I would say
It'll be awesome. Come on, guys. It'll be awesome.
It would be awesome. Here's my biggest thing, though. Dr. Doom, as soon as you throw him into the mix, he completely dominates everything else that you're throwing in there. So that's the only issue. I feel like it would be more of a dynamic thing if you took Dr. Doom out of this, right? Because as much as I love him, it would just be like, these all, like, you would find out that the stories is they're all pawns for Dr. Doom or something like that, right? There's no way to get around.
What if, like, Bullseye was in charge, though? Dr. Doom had like, this is just weird because Dr. Doom should be in charge, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And
I've got a question for.
I'll shut up now.
I was going to say, no, it's a good question. What was your scariest horror moment as a kid? The first one, and what was the most recent one you had? So, like, that thing you watched as a kid that would just terrify you, and something now that's recently scared you, like, really got a reaction at you.
Twister isn't really a horror movie. It's, you know, thriller, suspense. But I remember watching that one specifically in the theater as a kid. I don't remember too many of my movie-going experience to the detail like a lot of folks do. But I remember being about 7 or 8, seeing that one, and just the noise and the sound design was just absolutely crazy. Living in Texas, you know, in the tornado belt, and just always having warnings and stuff. Tornadoes just was one thing that just always scared me. Any kind of natural disaster type movies too are some of my favorites.
Wait, what happened?
I have no fucking clue.
Hi, Jace.
So I just wanted to run with it. So sorry, DeRay. That totally took away. I didn't know what else to do though.
It's all good. Yeah.
Was there an ongoing story that interrupted or something, or what?
What was the question? I forgot. Oh, what was the thing?
It was like your earliest, scariest movie moment.
Yeah,
and a recent one too.
And a recent one, right? Hereditary is a really good one. That was just awesome.
Yeah.
Guys, want to chip into that one?
Yeah, sure. I've told this story before. When I was a kid,
remix.
No! When I was a kid,
this always happens to me.
Don't worry, we threw out a song while you were getting connected again. So
this is ground control to Major John.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, John, we can hear you.
Crisp.
You are
crisp.
Yes.
When I was about
Blue Yetis.
I don't have one yet.
I just realized.
When I was about 6 years old, I had a friend of mine show me the original Halloween for the first time. He had explained the premise to me, and I was like, yeah, let's watch it. And we were in his living room, and he put it on. And that first scene of the point of view of Michael going through the house and killing his sister, and then eventually it being revealed it was a little kid the whole time, about my age. It was so terrifying that I told him to stop the movie, and I didn't see Halloween until my high school years.
Wow.
Ah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What about a recent one, John?
A recent one, sort of like Dan, but not all day, not like for a couple days. Lake Mungo, when I first saw it, think what you want about the movie. I'm just talking about the horror elements within Lake Mungo, not the movie itself. Like, we could talk for ages about that, but the actual horror elements in Lake Mungo creeped me out so bad. I spent the whole day just always looking over my shoulder. And that was about a year ago.
Yeah, good answer.
I still need to see that one, actually.
It's good. Jordan,
I'm curious as to what you would think.
It's okay, my favorite.
Was that the discussion point with things that have like resonated with you like that? Was that what we were going on about?
Yeah, we were talking about like a scary moment from like a movie as a kid, and like a scary moment like from now, like a more recent one. Yeah.
Because sorry, I got too caught up with the comments or at a quick moment there. But you know, I could throw in one where I don't know about it as far as now, because I can't relate to some now. Paranormal Activity though, the very first one, right? Again, I emphasize the very first one. It's gotten kind of ridiculous since then. But damn, that shit like scared the hell out of. I was not able to sleep right for like a week. As far as after that was other than I've already mentioned The Fourth Kind, that messed with me a lot too. But yeah, those were two different movies that just like for a while, every time I'd like lay in a certain position, it would remind me of something from the movie. And that in itself would just make me like move around or like wake up or something like that. And I'll tell you what, I hate it, but I like at the same time when a movie is so intensely horrifying that it leaves you with that, right? That like it's not a desire, you would not choose to have that. But at the same time, does that not also prove how like well executed of a horror movie it was?
Hell yeah.
Antonin.
What do you guys think as far as maybe this a good time for 80s freeze frame?
Oh snap! 80s freeze frame.
Of course. Let's do this thing, brother.
Let's do this tang, boy. All right, so everybody ready? DeRay, you ready?
What are we doing again?
Go.
So
we're doing 80s freeze frame. So basically, there's a little thing to play to kind of get you prepared to do any sort of stand that you want to do, like a freeze frame that we're going to take a screenshot of and post later.
Okay, no middle fingers.
No,
can do it.
Yeah, go for
it's actually kind of mandatory.
The naughty
So
better.
once Like while the theme is playing, do your pose. So once it's over, we're all already in our poses.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Try to hold
Yeah.
it for a second.
All right, everybody ready? 80s freeze frame, people. All right, that's what I'm talking about. I was inspired by DeRay to throw up some mid fingers.
I'm stupid.
That was
That was
fantastic.
fun.
That was fantastic.
Wait, I gotta end the poll. Let me end the poll real quick. Since we're already ending.
Oh
It
yeah.
better be meat. It better be burger. Otherwise,
Better be a bugger.
it
All
better be a
right.
burger, boy. I gotta go crazy.
Does it show on StreamYard? Because
I don't see it on here.
I don't know. I
No,
don't.
what a coincidence! You lost the poll.
it says chicken sandwich or chicken burger. Chicken sandwich won with 54% of the vote.
That was close.
It was close.
54. What?
Yeah,
I would take
How
it
is it
because
that
we are a
close?
tiny country.
it was
So
close. Yeah, it was really
I
close.
take it. I take it.
That's beyond surprising. It was that close. I got to be honest.
Yeah, it is. It is indeed.
That is crazy. That is crazy. Well, I mean, there was a couple more things thrown in. It was just as far as like other movies that had kind of scared people and stuff like that. But I want to kind of give an opportunity to say that thank you so much to everybody for the comments. Really appreciate you sticking along with us for the entirety of the time that you have. I gotta say, DeRay, this has been an absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure. And thank you so much for joining along with us. I want to thank Anthony because I believe he was the connection that got this in the first place. So with that being said, I feel like one of the only best ways to go ahead and bring this to a close, as we usually do, is we like to always give people a chance to shout their channels out, right? Anything that you like to say as far as about yourself or whatever you want to throw out there. So want to start off with the special guest and but I feel bad. I know someone did something first. Should we do the other way? Is there a different? Yeah, how do we do this? But yeah, thank you, whoever did that. All right, DeRay, shout yourself out.
So yeah, my channel is just all about horror movie reviews, breakdowns, and other lists and things. Like I said earlier, I want to start doing some more horror story and poem narrations. Actually thinking about making that a whole separate channel, but we'll see here. I've got my Orphan first kill review coming up here soon. I'm hoping to have that up by tomorrow. And next week, I actually have my subscriber request coming up, which is Anthony's actually, and it's going to be Clove Hitch Killer. So you can look out for that on Friday, next Friday. And yeah, that's my channel. I do all kinds of horror talks. That's about it.
And she has a great voice.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was superb.
And don't worry, there will be a separate video of a voice off coming out soon, but it won't be a voice off. It'll just be us once again complimenting each other's voices.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
we'll make it happen. We'll make it happen. But thank you so much, or we appreciate you so much for coming on here. Really, you've been an amazing guest.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here. Thanks for asking me.
Of course. Whoever was makeshifting this, because I'm afraid I'm going to switch up the entire layout. But whoever we want to throw on next, who are we throwing on next?
Oh my God. This guy.
Hi everybody. So I have a surprise that is Cinema Squad. I mean, I'm shooting this shit exclusive.
Is it your closet? Is it
No.
in your closet?
Oh no. But just remember when we were talking about hostels, that's a little clue what's in there. But no. So
What?
I have a video that I've literally almost done with. Not Jurassic World, sorry. But it's for the invitation. I just decided last minute, and I was gonna make it a whole surprise until it premiered, but I was like, I'll just tell everyone here. So the invitation review is gonna come up soon. I'm literally almost done with it. Yeah, I was trying to get it up before shooting the shit, but I didn't end up.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it. Thank you so much, DeRay, for being on. You were a great guest.
Thank you.
Hey, hello everybody.
Hey, handsome.
Well, all right. Well, first of all, Rainbow, thank you so much for coming on. It was really nice doing some kind of like another collaboration in a way. It's been a little while since the Shining and the Doctor Sleep. By the way, those videos are still up if anybody wants to check them out. DeRay and I discussed The Shining and the sequel Doctor Sleep, and that was a lot of fun. My name is Anthony from Fever Dreamland Theater. Feel free to check out my channel. I discuss mainly Twilight Zone, but I also go into some fun 80s horror movies and stuff like that. And I also shoot the shit with these awesome fellas right here every week or almost every week, and it's a whole lot of fun. And I love it. So thank you, of course, everybody in the comment section. As always, appreciate everybody for being here. And again, DeRay, thank you so much. I appreciate you being here.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Anthony from the Bronx.
Yes. That I am.
Oh, hey.
This guy.
I'm
Do
Joe.
your Horace impression.
Pardon?
Horace.
Hello there, my name is Joe from GeekyHiJynx Reviews.
No, but I'm Joe from GeekyHiJynx Reviews. Been off the radar for a bit, but I'm coming back in about 12 days' time. If you come to my channel, I do a lot of things to do with horror. I'm actually starting to do horror gaming and stuff, so I'm going to play horror games, cut the clips up, and upload the parts that scare the crap out of me. I'm going to be doing more Shudder reviews, Shudder bites for all the films I've missed over the last few months, but I'm going to condense them into 4 minutes to let you know. And I'm going to do that animation, the one you like. That's going to be coming up soon. Hidden gems, trailer reactions, and just general mentalness. So drop to my channel if you enjoy that kind of stuff. And here's our place. My mum will be disgraced. But come down to my channel, subscribe, and have a good time.
Yeah.
This is on me for too long. This isn't awkward at all.
Sing, Joe, sing.
She's like the wind.
Oh my God, what a beautiful.
How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Jonathan. I am a man of movies. I'll bring Joe back.
She's like the wind.
I have a YouTube channel, but I have not been on YouTube for a very, very long time because I am just prioritizing time with my family. So I haven't been on. But of course, check out all of these guys because they have amazing content. And if you want, I have an Instagram, Man of Movies 96. That's Man of Movies 96. I'm always active there. So hit me up, inbox me, send me news, whatever, man. No, not that type. I didn't. NOOD, like noodles, like pictures of ramen. Send me pictures of ramen noodles. Yeah, check me out. Check me out, guys. But you know who I want to check out? Man, I want to check this guy out.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Hi, puppy.
I'm Joe from GeekyHiJynx Reviews, but I also run Man of Movies, where I'm updating videos every day. That's right, Man of Movies is always on YouTube, putting out new things, because I'm the Man of Movies.
You're so funny.
That's right, I'm so funny. Yeah, that's right. Anyway, on a more serious note, if that's possible. What's going on, everybody? Appreciate every one of you. My name is Jace, I feel like I'm always introducing myself to people that already know, but then I got to remember that people that maybe not have noticed me before are watching this. So yeah, I'm going to not be such a pretentious douche with it. And hi, everybody. I'm Jace from Burja, Rocar, the funny looking name that's down below me. If you want, please feel free. Go ahead, check out that channel below. Type that into YouTube and you'll see something come up, and that's probably me. Got different reviews and live streams and skits of sorts, mostly pertaining to superhero and Star Wars material. It's been a while since reviews have been going on the channel, and I'm happy to say that recently, with the addition of She-Hulk being put onto Disney+, I've gotten a chance to go ahead and start reviewing that. So go ahead and check that out. I've got my initial thoughts on the opening of the series, and there is definitely more thoughts to come on that for sure. More live streams to come without a doubt. hopefully with some special guests, which will be on a plethora of subjects. And, it's also been way too long since I've got a skit out there, and I enjoy making people laugh when I can, if possible. So expect to see more of those as well. And I appreciate anything in advance, and thank you all so much for checking out this channel. If you haven't already, we would greatly appreciate if you could go ahead and subscribe to the Cinema Squad. And, since DeRay was kind enough to join us, please go ahead and pop over to rainbowFRIGHT and subscribe to her as well.
You wunderbar.
Thank you.
Well, and with that, everybody, John, thank you for running that specific part of it. I appreciate it. With that, everybody, I feel that it is good to go ahead and bring things to a close. So thank you so much for joining us. It seems that Lisa was very appreciative to be here. Great stream as always, guys. It was so good to see DeRay on too. Awesome guest. I agree. And just know that you're always welcome back, DeRay. That's for sure.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Please come back.
Absolutely. But until the next time, everyone, I will go ahead and I'll throw a thumbs up or something because I'm about to hit the end broadcast button. So everybody, peace out.
Wait. Do not hit the end broadcast button.
Okay. Oh my gosh, that's right. We got to do the outro thing. Never mind. Hold on. I'm going to hit the outro thing instead because that's what we should do. Okay, I'll hit the outro and then I'll hit the end.
See that, guys.
All right. Anyway, peace out, everybody. We love you.
Noodles.